everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. So, before we dive into today's episode, which is breaking down all of the latest breaking news, drama, rumors, who's fired, who's coming back, and who is just on the out of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So before we dive in, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. Also put it in the comment box if you can hear me okay. I'm recording from a different room, so I want to make sure that you guys can hear me. So let me know if you can. Drop a candy cane in the chat box, say hello, and let's dive right on in. So our first story is Kyle Richards finally on the chopping block when it comes to returning to the next season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? So, according to the Daily Mail, she is being pretty much put on blast by the producers and saying, if you don't start telling the truth, if you don't start, showing your life with your alleged mistress, girlfriend, lesbian lover, Morgan Wade, then we're not going to bring you back. So this is according to the Daily Mail, and it is an exclusive. It says Kyle Richards is being squeezed by Bravo. DailyMail.com has learned that the brunette beauty is being pushed to agree to discuss her relationship with 29-year-old singer Morgan Wade for the sake of her series, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And Bravo is insisting she must come clean about the secret romance if she wants to appear on season 14 of the hit reality TV show. Quote, the producers feel that Kyle has said all she can say about her split from Mauricio Umansky, and now it is time to tell the truth about her dating Morgan, said a source. Kyle has beat around the bush a ton on Morgan, and it's getting old. It is time for her to finally admit if it's more than a friendship. The 55-year-old sister of Kathy Hilton has insisted that she and Morgan are just friends. But as we know, she's been playing in our faces, doing, girl on girl music videos, calling the paparazzi on each other, doing tattoos. She's doing the most. And the producers are basically like, you need to either come clean that you guys are in a relationship or like drop the fake crap. Like stop the fakeness because everybody is on to you. Basically, get out of the PR relationship or show the real romantic relationship, or you're out. Okay, let's keep going. While the source did not explain if they were an item and broke up or are still seeing each other, they were clear that it was more than a friendship. Now, that I disagree with. I never thought that Kyle and Morgan were really in a romantic sexual relationship. Then again, I could be wrong. That's just my opinion. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Morgan and Kyle really were? Whether or not they still are, but do you think it ever really was sexual? I always thought it was more of a PR relationship. Kyle was using Morgan for some sort of bizarre storyline and to make Mauricio jealous. And then Morgan was using Kyle for a come up, for clicks and views, merchandise sales, all of that stuff, album sales. Because now Morgan Wade is like on tour with like Alanis Morissette, and she's doing all these festivals, and she's now a household name by being associated with Kyle Richards. It seemed to me they were using each other, but for different things. But it never seemed like it was a genuine sexual relationship. But again, that's just my opinion on it. Let me know what you guys think. Okay. The article says it was more than just friends. It was more than a girl crush, said the source. Again, I don't know if this source is planting things because that's what Kyle wants out there. We always have to consider the source, but since the source is not being named, I don't necessarily believe this. I don't think Kyle puts a label on it, but it's something spicy, I will tell you that for sure. To me, this sounds like them trying to plant these stories to get Kyle back on the show. It's something spicy for sure. Like, who talks like that? Kyle has kissed Morgan in her music video, and they have also been seen being very touchy in public with a photo of Morgan sitting on Kyle's lap making the rounds. But they have never confirmed an official romance and have insisted they are just friends. And the insider explained the attraction. Morgan treats Kyle like she's the most beautiful person in the whole entire world, and that is intoxicating, said the source. Yeah, I'm really not believing this source because from everything I've seen with Morgan and Kyle, she seems like repulsed by Kyle. She called Kyle a stalker. She was like, she stalked me. And she seems very repulsed, like she's tolerating Kyle, not that she's into Kyle. That's just how I've always seen it, but let me know what you guys think. Kyle really does feel like she is pretty enough, that she is funny enough, and that she is smart enough when she is with Morgan. This seems to me more of like this source, which I think is probably Kyle or Kyle's publicist, is really more of a dig to Mauricio because clearly Kyle doesn't feel beautiful with Mauricio. She doesn't feel pretty enough. She doesn't feel funny enough. She doesn't feel smart enough with him. That's why they're splitting or separating, right? Because he ignores her. He takes her for granted. He has had alleged affairs for the last decade plus. So, of course, she feels some type of way like I'm not enough for him. He doesn't prioritize me. This sounds more like Kyle doing a dig at how she doesn't feel with Mauricio rather than how she genuinely feels with Morgan. You know, it's like somebody on Instagram doing a fake post trying to get their ex's attention, pretending that they're in a new relationship with someone and being like, finally, the man who treats me right, who loves me, who does everything, blah, 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 blah. But the truth is, you're just trying to get your ex jealous. That's really what it seems like is going on here. Okay. And there is the age difference. Morgan is in her 20s and everything is fresh and new and fun. Morgan makes Kyle feel young again, said the source. They travel and do fun things together. Plus, Morgan is easygoing and she makes things just easy for Kyle. Kyle is naturally a very anxious person, and Morgan settles her down and brings the calm. Yeah, nobody wants to put up with that. Like, nobody. Being with Morgan is very different from being with Mauricio. See? Ding, ding, ding. This is all about Kyle putting out her narrative about why she's splitting from Mauricio, trying to get his attention. Then I think about the genuine sexual relationship between Kyle and Morgan. Okay. Kyle was already trying to show Mauricio that she was pretty and smart and pretty, funny, and smart enough. She was always trying to dazzle him. And I think it just got exhausting for her, added the insider. Exactly. She has said she's a different person now that she is not drinking, and I think she has a no BS shield up. So she is not the same as she used to be. She is super real these days. Also with Mauricio, it was always about the bills, the kids, the planning, the issues. She doesn't have baggage with Morgan. Well, she doesn't have a life with Morgan. When you talk about bills and kids and planning and issues, that's because Kyle has been with Mauricio for 28 years. They have raised 4 children together. They have multiple homes and multiple businesses and multiple television shows. So, yeah, of course, Kyle doesn't have that with Morgan because Morgan is like a 29-year-old person out here trying to become the next country star. She doesn't have a life with Morgan. So, duh. That's like when a guy who has been married to his wife for 20 years and she's been with this man forever, and then he gets like, you know, a young hot thing and it's like it's just so easy with her. There's no baggage with her. Yeah, because you don't have a life with her. So, I don't know about all that. And I'm not defending Mauricio. I'm just talking about, you know, the reality of human relationships, right? Cuz if it were me, I would feel some type of way. Anyway, but Kyle has not been super real on the show. She has not wanted to say a lot on Morgan, no, but who knows? Maybe she will for season 14, added the source. Again, I still think that this source is someone from Kyle's camp planting these seeds to make sure she gets her contract back. Because I think right now, one thing is for sure at Bravo, the executives at NBC are not playing around anymore. We are seeing people being fired left and right. They are being sued left and right. The whole thing about Andy Cohen being demoted or fired or put on pause, I think that's a very real rumor. I think anybody who is employed by Bravo, I think they're probably much being put on notice right now, ship up or shape out, and that everybody is replaceable. Nobody is safe. And I think at this point that includes Kyle Richards. So if she wants to come back and play producer and act like she's above the fray, I think she's going to be out. Because at this point, Bravo isn't playing around. Look what they did to Giselle. You know, she was the darling of Potomac, not because she really was, but because she was their willing puppet. She was their willing, producer on the side, producing things and doing whatever on the side as a talent, So she was a willing puppet, but even with her, she got kicked out of her first seat. She got put on notice to come after Robin and Juan, which she did. They're not playing around anymore because the network itself is losing money, losing ratings, is losing public favor. So when the money and the advertisers and the ratings start to slip, they're not going to protect anybody, puppet or not, favorite or not, because at the end of the day, what the executives care about is the money, the bottom line. Are you getting ratings? And if you're not getting ratings, you're not getting advertisers. If you're not getting advertisers, you're not making us money. So they're not going to protect their puppets, their producers on the side, their favorites, if those people are not making them money. Because at the end of the day, this is a job for everybody involved. It's a corporation. Okay. Kyle is smart, she is savvy, and she will do the right thing for her career and family. Kyle and Mauricio still live together and they are in their LA house. Neither one has shared the real reason for their separation. Now, I have my thoughts on what I think the real reason for their separation is. And I'll tell you guys what I think it is. And again, this is just my opinion. I'm not saying this is the truth. Allegedly. I think that when the rumor came up that Mauricio and Dorit were having some sort of affair, whether it was sexual, whether it was a flirtation, when that kind of came about, then I think that was a big hit to their marriage. And then I think the other rumors about Mauricio, with alleged women of the night or with alleged women who alleged sex workers, you know what I mean? And some of them may have been trans women that he may or may not have been with, allegedly. I think the fact that that rumor resurfaced and people started talking about it again, and I think that maybe Kyle believed him when he said it was a lie 10 years ago. I think fast forward a decade, fast forward it being resurfaced, maybe he told her, or maybe she finally got out of denial that maybe those rumors were true. Again, this is my opinion. This is all alleged. I'm not saying this is a fact. This is just an idea that I have. This is just a theory, okay? And I think that compounded with the Dorit, compounded with him not prioritizing her, decades of cheating allegations, the unfortunate death of her friend, him not being there emotionally for her. I think all of that just compounded. But I think that's kind of what it is. And I think that's why she won't say exactly what happened. Because if it's just Mauricio cheating with a hot young thing at the agency, that's palpable. People would understand that he was cheating with me with someone or something, blah, blah, blah. But the fact that she won't say it and she seems disgusted by him, not that that sexual act is disgusting, but she seems to have this sort of like, you know what I mean, against him. I think it's deeper and I think it's baked in. And I also think she wants to protect her children. That's what I think is going on. Like she literally is like, don't kiss me, don't touch me. So that's what I think. And again, that's just my opinion. That's conjecture. Who knows? Until they come out and say it, we don't know. All right. Kyle and Maurice. Okay. And it says Richards may not want to go back to the show. Now, Richards not wanting to go back to the show. I have my own theory on whether or not she wants to come back or not. And I'll get to that later in this video. Okay. In March, she said she is undecided on whether or not she'll return to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills for season 14. Speaking to Extra at the Elton John's AIDS Foundation's Oscar party, the sister of Kyle Richards and Kathy Hilton said she was ready to put the current season behind her and isn't sure if she'll come back. People keep asking me, are you going to come back? Are you going to leave? It's always something I decide last minute, she explained. Well, this is also very suspicious, right? Kyle, maybe on good authority, seems like the decision is hers. She doesn't seem like, well, they haven't asked me back. I haven't got a contract yet. She seems very confident that whether or not she comes back is 100% her decision. When you talk to other housewives, it's always like, well, they haven't sent out contracts yet. I haven't been asked back yet, so who knows? Well, wait. She seems pretty sure that, like, if she wants to come back, she is welcomed. I don't know if that's necessarily the case anymore. Maybe in the past, but right now, who knows? But she's acting like it's her choice. I always thought they had to ask you back. Maybe she knows something we don't know. Okay. I think this season particularly, because I had been under the microscope, not just with the cast, but in the public eye, it's been very challenging to navigate through that when I'm just trying to figure out life myself. Okay, Kyle, then how about you just shut up and take a pause? You know, if being on reality TV is such a burden for you, you're trying to figure out your life, you don't know what's going on, then just don't come back. Just say I'm not coming back instead of pretending like all of this stuff is going on and being famous and making all this money is such a burden for you. Then stay off the show. Au revoir. Arrivederci. Adios. Bye-bye. I don't know. What do you guys think about this? You know, what do you think about Kyle being so cavalier that it's really up to her? It's her choice whether or not she comes back. And do you believe that the producers are putting pressure on her to show more of her real life, to show more of this alleged relationship with Morgan Wade? I think it's true. I think the producers are really putting the pressure on her to be more honest and forthright about her alleged relationship with Morgan, because I think it was pretty much apparent that this was just a fake PR relationship. And I'm going to play a clip that I found from this TikToker who really breaks it down.
Does anyone else find it highly suspicious that nearly days after the Beverly Hills reunion taped, these two delete all trace of each other on Instagram? I mean, Morgan nearly deleted everything, and Kyle deleted all traces of Morgan from her feed. And I have two theories as to why. The first, Kyle wasn't truly honest about her relationship with Morgan at the reunion. Maybe Morgan was expecting a declaration of love, Kyle saying that yes, they are in a relationship, and that they're not just best friends. But instead, Kyle stayed silent. My other theory though, and probably the truth, these two were never together in the first place and this was all a PR play. I mean, do we remember those photos of them getting frozen yogurt together a few months ago? Like I said in that video, Peps never hang out around that frozen yogurt shop, so they absolutely called them and told them where they were gonna be. Maybe Kyle did this for relevancy, maybe she did it to distract from her and Mauricio, but this relationship is feeling as fake could be. And again, I don't think it's a coincidence that the reunion wrapped a few days ago. Season's over, Kyle had a storyline, everyone did what they were supposed to do. Let me know what you think. Were these two ever real or did we get totally played?
I think she summed it up perfectly and has basically reiterated everything I said from day one. I think Kyle and Morgan, completely fake, completely PR. And the only reason why they, quote, got back together and started posting and being together again is because of, us, like TikTokers like that and YouTubers like me who kind of called BS basically. And I think that they didn't want the smoke. They didn't want the backlash. Morgan was coming out with a new album. She's going out on tour. She didn't want the backlash. So they picked up the PR relationship. And now, as we see, I think that Kyle is going to pick up that PR relationship with Morgan again to give her relevancy and a storyline for season 14. Number one, because the split with Mauricio is pretty much being covered by Buying Beverly Hills. Like, he's talking about it, he's exposing it. We got more about their marriage on Buying Beverly Hills than we on Buying Beverly Hills, his Netflix show, than we did the entire season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So Kyle really doesn't have anything. Like, what does Kyle have to bring to The Real Housewives now? Kind of nothing. So I want to know what you guys think. Put it down below. Do you think that Kyle is finally being, put to task by producers to be honest, to own it, to be honest about it? Or do you think she's really on the chopping block? So put it down below and let me know what you guys think. And do we want her to come back? Yes or no? All right. Now let's move on to our second story, which is all about Dorit Kemsley. Now, she is allegedly on the chopping block ahead of season 14. Now, apparently, word on the street is that the rest of the cast of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, except for Annemarie Wiley and Crystal Kong-Minkoff, as we know, they both have been let go. Everyone else has a contract at this point to negotiate, except for Dorit. Is she being fired? Is she being demoted to a friend of? Let's talk about it. And is the timing right now? Is this the right timing for it or not? Because I have some thoughts on it. So this is according to Reality Blurb. It says Dorit Kemsley is reportedly the sole remaining cast member of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills who is still waiting for their contract for the upcoming 14th season. Following the recent exits of Crystal Kong-Minkoff and Annemarie Wiley, a report claims Dorit, whose husband Paul P.K. Kemsley was recently dealt with the cancellation of his own series, has yet to be renewed for the new episodes. She's the last cast member waiting for confirmation to return, and casting are not sure if they want her back, a source told The Zone on Instagram on April 18th. Her return is on a knife's edge. They've also discussed demoting her, but it's not clear what they want to do right now. As Dorit reportedly awaits the news of whether or not she'll be returning to The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, her husband's real estate series, Selling Super Houses, has been canceled. On April 18th, National World confirmed that Channel 4 canned the competition show just after one season, noting that the program had first held the 9 p.m. time slot before being moved to 10 p.m. and then 11 p.m. Again, this show aired in the UK. London-born property magnate Paul Kemsley, nicknamed PK, has returned from Beverly Hills to London with one mission in mind: to take over the capital's super prime property market with the help of some new agents, read a description of the series when it first released. Now, I didn't watch the show, but I'm guessing it probably would have fared better if it was more about PK's personal life. Maybe if Dorit was on it, maybe if it was a little bit more salacious. I don't know if people are really going to PK to flip houses on a competition show. I don't know. I didn't watch. Following the initial news of the series, PK denied he would be modeling the format of The Apprentice, saying, "I actually want to do the total opposite of The Apprentice. I find that saying 'you're fired' was very harsh and very 80s. Bloop." He also shared a post on Instagram about the show. "Guys, I'm opening an estate agency in London," PK announced in April of 2021. "For those of you that don't know, I operated globally in real estate for 25 years. I've had 11 years off, and now I'm going back to work. A major TV network in the UK has signed a cover of this new business as a constructed reality series. All my friends will be involved, but I have an issue. I want different. I don't want your typical agent, corduroy trousers, old-fashioned views. I want different," he declared. Dun, 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 dun. Now, this is the thing. This is my big question about whether or not the producers should bring Dorit back. To be honest with you, I think the producers are way off with their timing of firing Dorit. Way off with their timing. If they wanted to fire Dorit, now is not the time. They should have been fired Dorit. Dorit could have been fired the last 3 seasons. I think the first season she came on the show, she was a vibe. After that, it was kind of hit or miss. She became once she separated from Lisa Vanderpump with the whole Puppygate takedown, she basically just became a puppet for Kyle Richards via Lisa Rinna. Other than that, Dorit has given nothing. She's boring, she's flat, she has microaggressions. She tries to bring it at the reunion, but that always fails. I think that this is the wrong time. But with that being said, I think this is the wrong time to fire Dorit. Right now is the time where she's actually interesting. But with that being said, only if they're actually willing to put her and Kyle to task. What I mean by that is they should bring Dorit back for this season if they make Dorit and Kyle talk about the Mauricio cheating allegations in a real, authentic way. Not this like, oh my God, these weird trolls online, Uncle Mo, Aunt Kyle, we're so close. No, I want the nitty gritty. Like, was there a fight? Was there a confrontation? Where there's smoke, there's fire. Did something happen between Mauricio and Dorit? Is that the real reason why Kyle has now fallen out with Dorit and doesn't want to be her friend anymore? And basically was like, I don't really know her like that. Our friendship, she exaggerates our friendship. Is that why Mauricio and PK had their own falling out and wasn't really being friends anymore? Other than they're like, once in a while doing boys' night on the show. But like Dorit said, that Mauricio and PK weren't even really rocking like that. And they were like the best of buds. They had a whole bromance going. To be honest with you, Mauricio was supposed to do the reality show that just got canceled that we just talked about with PK. Mauricio was supposed to partner with PK on that reality show, but Mauricio dropped PK and instead he did Buying Beverly Hills on Netflix. So that business partnership dissolved and then their friendship dissolved. And so now, and then we see at the reunion, we see that Dorit and Kyle were beefing. They were going at it. They were not friends. You could tell that there was bad blood between the two of them. Dorit is trying to save her diamond. She's exposing Kyle's text messages, and baked in those text messages, that's the juice. Because basically what the text really said, I didn't think it was Kyle trying to manipulate Dorit into silence. I didn't buy that narrative that Dorit was trying to sell. No, thank you, ma'am. Basically what Kyle said was, these producers, these people, they don't really know what's really been going on in our friendship. So I'm just making sure that we're going to keep it that way at the reunion. That's basically what Kyle was saying. She was like, I already got enough on my plate. I got to talk about Mauricio. I got to talk about Morgan. I got to go after Sutton, blah, blah, blah. She's basically like, I got enough on my plate. I'm just checking in to make sure that I'm still lying about the state of our friendship and you're still lying about the state of our friendship. That's really what Kyle said. She wasn't trying to manipulate Dorit into silence. She was basically just confirming, you're still fronting, I'm still fronting, because I don't want to have an issue with you because I got enough to deal with. But since Dorit had nothing to do, she had no storyline, she had no juice other than being read for filth by by Garcelle every other second. That was basically Dorit's entire storyline, was just being read by filth by Garcelle. She should be thanking Garcelle for giving her relevancy, because other than that, what did Dorit have going on? Nobody's buying the PSSD storyline. Nobody cares. Her own husband was like, this is ridiculous. PK was like, this is ridiculous. Your own husband says that. Hello, we're not buying it. Nobody's buying it. She didn't have anything going on. So because Dorit had literally nothing to give at the reunion, of course she's going to be like, take these text messages from Kyle. She's trying to silence me because this is the thing. She ate Kyle when she said, I know your nature, that because I said something you didn't like, you are now punishing me. She ate Kyle with that one, because that is true. That is Kyle's nature. You're not a yes person to Kyle. She will punish you. She will do a smear campaign. She will get people to go against you on her behalf. For example, Annemarie Wiley going after Sutton, going after Crystal. For example, she gets Teddy Mellencamp to go after LVP, to go after other people. If you say something Kyle doesn't like, she will punish you. She will. So she ate her up with that. But that was because Dorit was really, fighting for her life. She's trying to keep that diamond. So if producers were smart, they actually, this is the actual time when they actually should keep Dorit, because they either should have fired her 3 seasons ago or every other season since her first season, but this is the one season they actually should keep her. So I'm confused who's doing casting and producing over there, because they're getting their timelines mixed up. This is the one season you should keep Dorit, but you have to stay on her neck to keep the truth coming out, right? Because if I am the producer, I'm going to go to Kyle, I'm going to go to Dorit and say, well, what did you mean, Kyle, when you said that we don't know the truth about what's going on in your friendship? What do you mean? Because, yeah, you guys were talking about, kind of being busy and, Kyle with Morgan, but they didn't really give any juice as to why they were on the outs. And they didn't really expose how far gone their friendship is, except for throwing shade in confessional and throwing shade in press interviews, after the series is already airing, but in actual scenes, they didn't really give the depth of the beef between the two of them, because it is very clear Kyle and Dorit have a very deep beef right now. They both said they haven't even spoken since the taping of the reunion. That is the juice I want to see next season. I want to see Kyle and Mauricio and Dorit and PK really duke it out over these cheating allegations. That is gold. And we're just going to pretend like that never happened? I want Kyle and Dorit to duke it out over the true demise of their friendship. What really happened? What's really good? What's really going on? So to me, I'm confused as to why casting thinks now is the time to fire Dorit. If Dorit ever had relevancy, it's now. If she ever had a storyline, it's now. But with that being said, it's truly only if her and Kyle and PK and Mauricio and Erika and whoever else actually knows what's going on, because I think Erika knows way more than she's saying. Sutton probably does too. Garcelle probably does too. They all know way more than what they're saying, right? But only if they're going to come real with it. Truly show us what's going on. Not just stupid shade in confessionals and stupid shade on your Amazon Live feeds. When the cameras are up, show me what's good. Because there's a lot of juice between these two couples. There's a lot of juice between these two women. And this is such a missed opportunity. Because if you were going to fire Dorit, you should have been fired her. You should have been fired her. But now you're going to fire her when she actually has some good juice, especially because the juice and the beef is with Kyle. And as we know, Kyle has really, the tide has turned for her. We all are like, vile Kyle, goodbye Kyle. We're seeing her for the producer on the side she is. We're seeing her for the hypocrite that she is. She makes everybody else talk about their families and their marriages. She doesn't care about how it affects their children. But yet when it comes to her life and her business, it's nobody's effing business, right? And they're all attacking her and coming after her. But no, sweetheart, nobody's attacking you and coming after you. They're doing their job. You see this camera crew? You see the $100 million family empire you and Mauricio built over the last decade, more than a decade? Yeah, all of that is because that you're on a reality TV show. So nobody's coming for you. Nobody's attacking you. And at this point, it is our effing business, because us, the viewers, have given you $100 million. That's how much her and Mauricio allegedly are worth. When you came on the show, you didn't really have much. Fast forward 13 years, now you and Mauricio have amassed over $100 million in money and property and assets. So yeah, it is our effing business. Unless you want to give me back some of that $100 million, I will happily mind my business, Kyle. If you want to give me back some of that money you got, give me one of your homes in Aspens. Give me some of your Birkin bags. Give me some of all the money you got. Then I will happily mind my business. But until then, if you're going to be on my TV screen and if you're going to amass $100 million family fortune, it is our effing business. So, girl, bye. Bye, 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 bye. Miss me with that. Whew. So, with that being said, I want to know what you guys think. Do you think it is time for the producers and casting to fire or demote Dorit because she doesn't give? Or are you more thinking like me, this is the one time they should actually keep her, but only if she really brings it? And her and Kyle have to really square up, not in a dark way, not in a malicious way, not in like a takedown evil way, but in a way that's, you guys have been playing in our faces season after season. It's time to be real. It's time to show us what's really going on. It's time to talk about the issues, not in a dark way, but in a stop playing in our faces type of way. Bring us the juice, bring us the tea. What's good? What's really, really good. So let me know what you guys think. Is it time for her to go no matter what? Or let's keep her, but she has to bring it. And the same goes for Kyle. If they've given Kyle a contract at this point, if she comes back, she needs to bring it too. Because I'm tired of her playing in our faces. I'm tired of her lying. I'm tired of her being two-faced and being hypocritical. So Kyle, you're also on notice. You're also on notice, right? Okay. So with that, you guys, let me know what you guys think. Be sure to put it down and be sure to like, subscribe, and share. All right. Now let's move on to our next story. So this one is all about new details about why Crystal Kaliminkoff was fired, and then also insiders claim that she's devastated by the news, which I'm sure she is, and then also reactions. I believe Andy Cohen reacted, and so did Kyle. So we'll get a little bit into that as well. Okay. So this is according to Reality Blurb. It says Krista Kaliminkoff is devastated after reportedly being fired from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Following Crystal's confirmation of the news on Monday, during which she said her departure from Bravo reality series wasn't a goodbye, but a see you soon. An insider claimed the 41-year-old was not asked to return to the show for season 14 due to her lackluster performance on season 13. Again, sorry, I'm drinking a little bit of tea for my throat. Again, I'm not sure if I agree with producers on this. I've said it. I've always said it. I think Crystal has always gotten a bad edit. I don't think it's just her not giving. I think that's a part of it too, and she kind of can be lackluster. But I also feel like the producers have always kind of like edited her as a B character and as a friend of. And again, I actually don't think her performance was lackluster in season 13. I think they didn't really show her the first half, but the second half, I think she was great. I think her and Garcelle, even her and Erika, Garcelle, and Sutton were such a vibe. I loved that group. I think that they were fun. They were a complete vibe. And I think her really sticking it to Annemarie Wiley, that was also a vibe. Again, I'm like, if you were going to fire Crystal, it should have been after her second season. But that's just my opinion on that. Whether or not I think it's going to really matter if she's there or not, probably not. But I'm not sure I understand the producer's rationale. So there's that. Okay. She was fired because she didn't deliver, an insider told Us Weekly on April 17th. Producers told her she doesn't have a storyline, so they had to let her go. The outlet's explanation of Crystal's departure is in alignment with the report that came out before her confirmation from the Daily Mail. They don't want her back because they feel she has done all she can do on the show, and she no longer has much to add to the drama. So another contract has not been offered, the insider explained on Monday. They appreciate her contributions to the show, and the parting is not ugly, but it's just time to move on. Following the report, Crystal shared an Instagram reel making the news official with her fans and followers. I just wanted to share the news that I will not be coming back to film season 14 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It's very bittersweet, she stated. Never did I think I would have been asked to do the show in a million years, let alone film it for 3 seasons. Every single year I was asked back, it was a blessing, it was an honor. See, this is how you gracefully bow out. You don't go on a Twitter tirade. You don't have your husband cussing women and your co-stars and your castmates out. I'm looking at you, Annemarie Wiley. You don't lie and say it was a mutual decision or it was your choice and you wanted to walk away. You do it with grace and you do it with humility to maintain your reputation so that you can come back under good graces, so that you can get other offers, whether or not it's reality TV, but just business in general. Your reputation, your name is one of the most important and one of your most valuable assets that you have. So the way that you deal with, the blessing of being asked back means a lot. And also the way that you deal with maybe the obstacle or the not so good news of not being asked back is also even more important. Because the true test of somebody's character isn't how they act when things are going their way, but how do they deal when things don't go their way. So kudos to Crystal, because I feel like she's handling this with class and with grace and really maintaining not just her reputation, but also her husband's. Rob Minkoff, he's a big director, producer, whatever at Disney. So she's not just representing herself, she's also representing her husband. So I kudos to Crystal for that, to like bow out gracefully. Crystal joined The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in 2021 for season 11 as the series' first Asian American, which she has put a lot of weight on her, which she said put a lot of weight on her shoulders. Looking ahead to the future, Crystal teased, I have some other things going on that I will be sharing with you soon. At the end of the day, that may have been my biggest gift of filming this show, is connecting with so many of you with your beautiful souls, she noted. So more to come, but I'm just so grateful for everyone's love and support. You guys are an incredible audience with your own unique story to tell, and I hope that you guys all one day will have your opportunity. After Crystal revealed she would not be part of season 14, Annemarie Wiley seemingly shaded her with a post about karma for someone who had played the victim, as Kyle Richards described her exit as sad. I kind of mixed emotions about it. Kyle explained, I will just play, because I have a clip of what Kyle said, so I'll just play that for you guys. But when it comes to Annemarie Wiley trying to, shade Kyle, it's like, Annemarie, like, just pipe down. Like, just go away. Nobody asked you to be here. You clearly weren't wanted because you got fired. Just go away. And it's not Crystal's karma. The reason why Crystal was let go was because she sometimes can fade into the back. She is a little bit slow on the reads and delivery. And she had her whole, coconut water company that's making allegedly millions and millions of dollars. But because from a business standpoint, she doesn't want to share that revenue, in my opinion. Again, it's my opinion, with Bravo and NBC. Maybe her investors didn't want her to do it. Maybe, her partners didn't want her to do it because of the Bethany clause, so she was not showing a part of her life. And I've always said this with Crystal. And again, I don't know if it's Crystal not showing it or if it's the producers not airing it, because who knows what the truth is about Crystal's edits. I always thought she got a bad edit. That was just my opinion. But who knows? Did she not show it, or did they not air it? Those are two different questions. If she didn't show it, that's on her. If they didn't air it, then she was being set up to be let go from jump. Because I always wanted to see Crystal going on shopping sprees, going on luxury travel. I wanted her to up her game. She could up her glam and her beauty and all of that stuff. Throw really decadent boozy brunches with your 14 friends, like all of that. I would want to see Crystal be that wealthy, bougie Beverly Hills Disney director wife. I would have ate that up all day, but we really didn't see that from her. But she does have that life because she shows it on like her Instagram. So who knows? Now let's see what Andy Cohen, who he himself has been in a lot of hot water and a lot of, his own tenure at Bravo is up in the air. So who knows? But on Tuesday's episode of Andy Cohen's Sirius Radio show, Andy Cohen Live responded to Crystal Minkoff's exit from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. He said, "Oh, can I just say one more thing about the Housewives news? I thought Crystal's announcement that she wasn't coming back, it was first of all, she looked like best ever. But second of all, it was just so eloquent and classy, I thought," Andy stated. I was like, wow, that's the way to do it. I thought it was great. Andy needs to learn some new words. Okay, anyway, a day later, Kyle Richards shared her feelings on Crystal's departure during an Amazon Live. Okay, so I have that clip, so I'll play that for you guys, what Kyle said. But let's quickly touch upon what Andy said about how and I agree with Andy, it is classy and it is the way to do it, but it also shows you that, like we talked about before with Andy, I don't even think Andy knew Crystal was fired until he saw her announcement. Because it goes back to what we were saying before. Andy doesn't have the power to hire and fire housewives anymore. I don't think he's had that power since 2013. I'm pretty sure, at least around there. And so it seemed like Andy was finding out that Crystal was fired right along with us because he's like, "Oh, can I talk about the news? That's the way they do it. That's really sad." So to me, it seemed like he found out she was fired when we found out she was fired. So that again goes to Andy's perceived power, which is still power, versus his actual power with the housewives, because it seemed like he was shocked just like us. Okay. So here we go. Da, da, da. Let's listen to Kai.
Reaction to Crystal news. It's sad. It made me sad, of course. I don't know. I have kind of mixed feelings, not because of her, just because I'm like, yes, I know, it's probably disappointing, but also like life's great, without reality television too. So it's not like, oh my God, poor Crystal. She has a great family. And, there's a lot to say for not doing that. And, she's going to be great. Looks like you are rejoining RHOBH, does it? I haven't said anything yet. I actually, I know there's reports online that I'm not coming back. I'm coming back. That conversation actually is TBD. What did you think of Alexia and Todd divorcing? That's one of those things I saw on Instagram, but I, of course, have met her. I don't know them, so I know nothing about their story or anything. Dom asks, what was your feeling about Farrah's engagement ending? Did you have a feeling it would happen or something wasn't quite right? Sending love. No, Alex is a great guy. I just, Farrah is a very, very smart woman, and she's super smart. I mean, I trust that she knows what she's doing with her life.
Yeah, so it sounded like Kyle doesn't really care that Crystal's fired. She's like, "Oh, it's sad, but she has a good family. She'll be okay." Because as we all know, Kyle and Crystal always had a beef. Kyle never liked her. I think in Kyle's mind, a little delulu, she thought that Crystal took Teddy's place. No, Teddy didn't have a place. Teddy's fired. Stop trying to make her happen. Let it go, Kyle. But I want to know what you guys think about this. What do you think about Andy Cohen finding out that Crystal's been fired on Instagram, just like the rest of us? And what do you think about, Kyle kind of shading Crystal with like, "Oh, it's sad, but she'll be fine." And what do you think about Crystal's departure? Are you sad she's leaving? Do you think her time was up? Do you think it was a bad edit? And what do you think about the upcoming season 14? My big question around season 14 is, Crystal's fired, Annemarie is fired, Dorit is up in the air. Who are they going to cast as the new girls? Who will the new girls be? That's at least 2 to 3 spots. I hope it's not Hilaria Baldwin. It's not going to be Tori Spelling. It's not going to be Christina Applegate, all these names that have been floating around. I personally don't want it to be a celebrity that we already know. I want it to be an actual real housewife that is going to be a reality person. I'm tired of, stars trying to be on the show. I think it worked with Garcelle, but I think that was, I don't know, like sort of like a sweet spot, but who knows? So, as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and put your thoughts down below. So, with that, let's move on to our next story. So, this is all about Annemarie Wiley wiling the F out. Like, this girl needs to calm down. She needs Jesus. She needs to take a Xanax. She is out here acting a damn fool. A damn fool. So, I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but there is this parody account up for Crystal Kong Minkoff. There's a lot of parody accounts out there, whether on Twitter or on Instagram. And usually they'll have like their stand, the person that they really like, and then they'll put out, fun memes or jabs or jokes. But everybody pretty much understands it's a joke, it's a parody account, it's not the real person behind it. Unfortunately, Annemarie Wiley is not that bright or smart. So let's get into it. This is from Reality Blurb. It says Annemarie Wiley seemingly assumed that a Crystal Kong Minkoff parody account was the real thing, and then called Crystal's husband, quote, the Lion King, and suggested that she doesn't have, quote, actual money. The co-stars feuded throughout the season, though they both recently revealed that they won't be returning to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. On April 16th, a Twitter parody account calling itself Crystal Minkoff told Annemarie, worry about your transphobic R-word husband. Annemarie then wrote a post of her own, seemingly assuming that the parody account was actually Crystal. She says, quote, false allegations against athletes are easy. Anyone with actual money knows that, wrote Annemarie on the same platform. Via at Giorgio Says on Instagram, quote, wrote, you worry about your husband, the Lion King, and your brother. And then she does this sort of weird emoji and like a snowflake for that matter. Oh, and that video of you blurting out the N-word getting out. Fake, woke, racist. Okay, so that is what Annemarie said, okay? Which is absolutely disgusting. So the parody account then shared a screenshot showing that Annemarie had blocked them. And then they said, don't dish it if you can't take it, wrote the account. Fans then shared their reactions in the comments. Okay, now this is the thing, in case that was confusing or convoluted. Basically what happened is a parody account of Crystal Kong Minkoff, not the real Crystal, shaded and read for filth Annemarie. Annemarie then responded to the parody account as if it was actually Crystal because she didn't do her due diligence or like any normal person and check the handle and check to make sure that the person you're talking to is an actual person and not a bot or a fan. Now, this is the gag. So the reason why the parody account showed that Annemarie Wiley had blocked them is because Annemarie, in her response, tagged the real Crystal Kong Minkoff, acting as if it was truly Crystal who said it. So what this means is Annemarie got read by a fake account. And then she realized after responding or whatever she thought that it wasn't a real account, tagged in Crystal to make it look like it was really Crystal who said it. Annemarie, you're a weirdo. You're a liar. This is bizarre and just insane. And you're a scammer. You're a grifter. First of all, Crystal and her husband and her whole family, they do have real money. Her brother was some pop star. Her husband is an executive and director for Disney. She has a very lucrative coconut water company. Like, they have the money. I'm not counting anybody's money. Maybe Annemarie Wiley and her husband have money too. I don't know. I personally don't really care, but Crystal and her husband definitely do. And it's a lot. Like, if I'm Annemarie, the last thing I would do would be insinuating that Crystal and her brother are gay and having an affair. That's basically what she insinuated. I should have taken a screenshot of it, but you guys can look it up. She's like, worry about your brother, your husband, the Lion King, and your brother. And she does this sort of like two fingers together emoji and a snowflake. Is that what she's insinuating? That they're kind of like on the down low together, like that they're like together snowflakes? I don't know. But when your husband and you are being accused of being transphobic, and then also the SA allegations and lawsuits against your husband, I would maybe, Annemarie, worry about your children rather than arguing with fake Twitter accounts. Maybe get your children some help. Maybe get them in therapy, because I don't care who you are. As a child, having your father have lawsuits against him for essaying multiple women can't be good. So, Annemarie, get your priorities straight. Instead of clapping back at fake bots on Twitter, instead of, being psycho and tagging Crystal like it was Crystal who said it, when you finally figured out you were talking to a bot, you tried to set up Crystal. Worry about your family. Worry about your family. Talk to your husband. Did he really do this? Yes or no? Worry about how your children are handling this. Keep your own house clean. Worry about your own mental health. And I don't mean that in a disgusting way. I mean that in a real way, because Annemarie to me seems like something is off. There seems to be a ticky boom there. The way she says, she'll literally say something and 2 seconds later be like, oh, I never said that. And the thing is, I think she actually in her mind either doesn't remember or is disassociating or something. I don't know what is going on with her, and like in her, I don't know what's going on, but she needs to be looked at for something. And I'm not saying that in a derogatory way. I would never make fun of mental health. I mean that in a real way. There's some tick, there's something off. She needs to really worry about her own self and her own family, because they're facing some big stuff. But it seems to me her biggest priority is clapping back at a bot on Twitter. She needs to make sure her own house is clean. So more fans reacted. Imagine thinking you're clapping back, but you're responding to a bot account, wrote at Giorgio Says. What if Crystal's behind the parody account too, just to mess with everyone, speculated another viewer. No, I don't think Crystal's behind that. I don't think she would do that. She sounds upset. I wonder if she's really mad she wasn't asked back. I mean, Crystal isn't coming back either, so move on, wrote a critic. I couldn't imagine being this upset about a situation that I will probably never be a part of again. Another fan claimed Annemarie should have said it on the show. Bloop. So I want to know what you guys think about, Annemarie still out here wiling out, still out here doing the absolute most that nobody asked for. Put it down below. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. So with that, let's move on to our next story. Now, I hope this isn't true, but my gut is thinking, do we think Bravo, NBC is trying to see if we are, warming to opening up to a Lisa Rinna return to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Or do we think this is Lisa Rinna trying to weasel her way back in? Let me know what you think. Okay. So this is according to page 6. Kathy Hilton pals around with Lisa Rinna 1 year after calling her the biggest bully in Hollywood on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Frenemies? Kathy Hilton and Lisa Rinna's feud may be over, as they were spotted palling around together at the Women's Cancer Research Fund's flagship fundraising event, an unforgettable evening gala in Beverly Hills, California on Wednesday. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alums turned heads as they posed for photos while glammed up for their evening wear. In their evening wear, the rivals were even seen leaning close together and touching heads. Hilton, 65, stunned in a semi-sheer blue dress with lace embroidery, while Rinna, 60, donned a long-sleeve black velvet dress. It's unclear if the duo's photo op was just all for show or a true step toward mending their tettered friendship. Their feud played out during season 12 of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, as Hilton referred to her longtime pal as the biggest bully in Hollywood. Don't forget, after all that went down, Lisa Rinna got fired from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills as Kathy Hilton took a hiatus from the show to work on her daughter Paris's show. You're the biggest bully in Hollywood, and everyone knows it, the socialite said during the season 12 reunion in October of 2022. Kathy's attack on Rinna came after the Days of Our Lives actress claimed in an earlier episode that the hotel heiress had a, quote, psychotic break during the cast trip to Aspen, Colorado. Not to mention, she also called Kathy racist, homophobic, and a lot of other stuff. At the time, the Melrose Place star referred to Hilton as the devil, alleging she made derogatory comments about her sister and fellow castmate Kyle Richards. Recalling Hilton's alleged meltdown, the soap opera alum said she takes off her glasses, she throws them on the ground, she's jumping up and down, breaking her glasses, she's pounding the walls and screaming that she made Kyle. And she said, I will destroy Kyle and her family. If it's the last thing I ever do. The wife of Harry Hamlin continued. Now, do I think Kathy Hilton can throw down and do what she has to do? 100%. Do I think Kathy Hilton is basically, quoting the what is it called? The Wizard of Oz? I'll get you, my pretty, if it's the last thing I do. No, does this sound like a people talk? I will destroy Kyle and her family if it's the last thing I ever do. Who talks like that? Does Kathy Hilton talk like that? Or does a washed up soap star talk like that? This isn't the Days of Our Lives, Lisa Rinna. Nobody talks like that. Who says, I'm going to get you if that's the last thing I ever do? Lisa Rinna is still being caught in her lies. Still being caught in her lies. But I think the bigger question is, and you guys also, if in case you know this happened or not, Lisa Rinna had reached out to Kathy Hilton. So another reason why they're being so chummy is Lisa Rinna reached out to Kathy Hilton. She had sent her a bouquet of flowers and a written letter trying to make amends with her, So that's another reason why I'm kind of like, and the reason why I think Rinna is doing this is because Rinna wants back in. Whether or not the producers are opening to have her back or the collective audience is, that's another question. But I think Lisa Rinna obviously wants back in. Okay. At the end of the infamous episode, the fashion designer emotionally apologized to Rinna for her irate behavior, explaining she lashed out because of a close friend of hers had terminal cancer. It's very upsetting to me, Kathy said. So I'm sorry, and I don't behave this way. And people that have known me for 30 years, I don't have problems with people. However, Lisa Rinna remained unfazed by her castmates' heartfelt apology, claiming Kathy was gaslighting and manipulating her. No, Lisa Rinna, that was you. You were trying to gaslight and manipulate the situation. Now, do I think Kathy Hilton is perfect? No, obviously not. But I understand Kathy getting upset the way Kyle treated her. That was her sister, and Kyle treated Kathy horribly. And Kyle also enabled people around them to treat her sister bad. Because that's the thing. Anytime you are in relationship with other, and what I mean by that is, if you're the main person, like say you're Kyle, and this is your sister, or it's your husband, or something like that, your friends treat them the way in which you allow them to treat them. Do you know what I mean? So the only reason why Lisa Rinna and Erika felt that they empowered and emboldened to disrespect Kathy was because Kyle created that environment for them to feel like they could. Putting Kathy in the bunk beds, that was really disrespectful. Talking about Kathy and like her outfits and all of that, the whole tequila gate situation. This is my friend Kendall Jenner's tequila. When Kathy was obviously there promoting her daughter's tequila, they felt empowered to disrespect Kathy because Kyle made them feel like they could. It's like if somebody disrespects your boyfriend or your husband or your girlfriend or your wife, they will step to them because they feel like they can, because you've created that situation. So I blame a lot of this on Kyle. Anyway, dun 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 dun. Yeah, so I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you think that this is producers seeing if we are palpable to having Rinna back? Or do you think this is more of Lisa Rinna testing the waters to see if she can come back? Don't forget, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills seem to be like the main source of income for her family. I know Harry Hamlin's a working actor, but I don't know how much. They seem to be having issues. They were selling off land in Canada, mortgaging the house, all that stuff. So maybe there is that. But who knows? And Foxy says Renna confirmed with Jennifer Hudson that she will come back to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Yeah, but I think publicly she's going to say that to make herself seem less thirsty and less wanting to come back. But I think that she says that to keep herself in the power position if she's not being asked back, So I think it's more of that. I think that if producers came to Lisa Rinna and said, here's a contract and a paycheck to come back, I'm pretty sure Lisa Rinna would sign that contract and cash that check and come back. Because Lisa made it very clear she was always in it for the check, which I'm not knocking that. It's at the end of the day, it's a job. I just don't think Lisa Rinna would turn down coming back to Beverly Hills if she got the offer. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not mad at that. Get your money if you want the money, you need the money, go get your money. Go get it. Just don't be mean and evil and manipulative. So I'm not knocking that hustle. So we'll see. But put it down below. Let me know what you guys think about this. And as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. So with that, let's move on to our next story, which is about Miss Erika Jayne. As always, still playing the victim. And as we know, she has received a contract to come back to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, which I'm sure she will be signing because she allegedly needs the money, sure. But she also still wants that 15 minutes of fame. So let's see what's going on with Miss Erika Jayne. This is according to Reality Blurb. It says Erika Jayne addressed speculation that she joined the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills knowing about her husband Tom Girardi's money scandal and revealed how she and Tom began their romance. In 2020, Erika left Tom amid accusations that he embezzled millions of dollars from his clients. Speaking on Bravo's Hot Mic podcast, Erika addressed the theory that she came on the show knowing about the money scandal. She says, "You got to be crazy to do that. It would be so much easier to have been quiet and wealthy over there," she explained. It would just have been a really bad legal story as opposed to putting yourself out there on the housewives and everything else that comes with it over and over and over again and not being able to get away from it. She then shared one of her, quote, lowest times. Erika, stop lying. Your answer makes no sense. And I'm going to tell you why, in my opinion. If your answer made sense, then Thomas Girardi, who 100% knew what he was doing, we'll say alleged because, it's the legal battle is pending. So allegedly, knew what he was doing. He knew he was embezzling money and intimidating people and all of the things that he's being, charged for and indicted for. He knew. And he still chose to put you, therefore by proxy himself and his business, on the line, on Front Street. So just because, just saying, oh, if I knew, then I wouldn't have gone on reality TV doesn't make any sense because he definitely knew. right? And then look at everybody else on reality TV. The hubris, the pride, the narcissism. They go on these shows, and for whatever reason, they think I'm going to be the person who's committing fraud that doesn't get caught. Teresa and Joe Giudice, Jen Shaw and Coach Shaw, Monica, she was a big fraudster too. Who else is there? Apollo, anybody, all Mauricio, his agency is being sued left and right. And the list goes on and on, not just housewives, but in general. Do a simple Google search, criminals, frauds, felons on reality TV. The list is probably endless. So saying that just because you justifying like I would have never gone on reality TV if I knew this, girl, stop lying. You, just like Thomas Girardi and just like every other person who is committing massive scale of fraud, has some level, in my opinion, of delusion and narcissism where they think they are the smartest person in the room. They can talk their way out of anything. They will never get caught. There are no consequences for them because they've been getting away with it. And then they take their fraud and they go on these TV shows, and a couple of seasons in, they're being busted and they're being hauled off to prison or whatever the case may be, or they're settling out of court or whatever it is. If your excuse made sense, then nobody committing fraud would go on reality TV or be in the public eye. And that simply just isn't the case. Now, do I think she was an active participant? I don't know. Do I think she knew? Hell yeah, she knew. Erika's dumb, but she's not stupid. In my opinion, of course she knew. But without question, she benefited from it. And without question, the way she moved afterwards was morally and ethically disgusting, reprehensible. Absolutely disgusting the way she treated the quote alleged victims and then suing in court and doing appeals over earrings that she knew she would never get back just to prove a point. Running the victims through all this stuff, and how she said, I don't give a damn about anybody but myself, and how she dares to consider herself a victim in this, but yet she's still, in my opinion, profiting from and has access to the victim's money. Somebody is facilitating her life. There is some slush fund out there facilitating her life. We know she got $500,000 from her Wells Fargo account in Florida. Whose money was that? Thomas Girardi's quote friend isn't just giving her $500,000 out of the kindness of his heart or out of his own pocket, in my opinion. I think Thomas Girardi had contingency accounts with the client's money, and Erika has access to them. And I think the moment she does get fired from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, she's going to tap into them even more. So girl, bye. She then shared one of her lowest times. I was going to pick up one of my antidepressant prescriptions at the CVS and walking by my face on the cover of, I don't know which outlet it was, that said, "How did she blow $25 million?" shared Erika. I knew I recognized the face. That was me. And I thought, my God, it had really become something else. And unless you really do TV shows, unless you do reality TV shows, you really don't know what it's like. Erika, shut up. Please shut up. Nobody is buying this woe is me story. You lived high on the hog with blood money, with victims' money. And then when it came to light, when there's no question whether or not you knew, you still tried to re-traumatize and re-victimize these people. Shut up. And also, if you really were so distraught and upset and depressed and sad over being in the spotlight, why are you still in it? Nobody is forcing you to be on reality TV. Nobody's forcing you to be on Beverly Hills. Nobody's forcing you to lip sync and steal people's choreography and steal people's vocals on your Vegas tour, which was a flop, by the way. Nobody is forcing you to be a fraud. Nobody's forcing you to do this. You could, quite frankly, very easily just go away. You had at least $500,000 that Tom set aside for you, that his friend gave you. Richard Wilkie's, not Richard, what was the guy's name? Jim Wilkie's or something like that, whatever his name was. Like, a lot of people could live very happily off of $500,000, but that's not even the tip of the iceberg of the money you still have access to. You live in a multi-million-dollar home in West Hollywood. You still have a glam squad. You still have a PR team. You still have designer bags, designer jewelry, clothes, Range Rovers, all types of cars. You still have access to a lot of money and a lot of privilege. So nobody is asking you to be on TV, sweetheart. You're the one who is thirsty and hanging on by a thread and doing everything you can to stay in the spotlight. Nobody is asking you to do this. Again, you are not the victim here. Complete delusion. Complete delusion. Erika compared it to castmate Kyle Richards facing her marital issues in the public eye. This is happening, you guys, said Erika. I remember just being cornered in a effing ugly stairwell and just being, asked all these questions on my day off, just trying to go to the grocery store, and it just doesn't feel good. She claimed this is one reason why she and Lisa Rinna are so close, because they understand what it's like to have it hard as housewives. No, you are so close because you're both evil as hell. You're both liars, fraudsters, and scammers, and you both only care about yourselves. So the only reason why you trust each other is because the only person a snake trusts is another snake. But at the end of the day, you're still a snake. Anyway, Erika also took a swing at her critics. When I see someone that's very interested in others but very protective of theirs, what are you masking? She asked. Or you're either masking something or you have nothing, and I will remember that, and I will swing at you when I feel like I'm ready. May not be today, may not be next year, but because that stuff hurts. Shut up, Erika. Addressing her past, Erika said she couldn't make it as a performing artist in New York City, and as she was divorced with a small child. With my family's support, I moved to Los Angeles. People think I up and left. That's not true, she said. It's a game of attrition. That there's so many no's. You have to stick it out until you get the one yes. Once in LA, Erika got a job at a Beverly Hills restaurant called Chasen's, where stars, entertainers, and dignitaries frequented. The second version of Chasen's had investors, and one of those investors happened to be a man, a lawyer named Tom Girardi, who I waited on. He was very kind, said Erika. Everybody loved Tom. He was a good customer. He was a good tipper. He was really sweet to the valet, to the busboy. So basically, Tom Girardi was your mark, but you didn't realize you were also a mark. Girl, bye. Erika said she knew Tom well over a year before they even went on a date, and after their first date, they were never really apart. It began around Christmas time when Erika told him at the restaurant, "Did you hear I was single?" And he said no. I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, do you want to go out to dinner?" And I said, "Yeah, give me a call sometime." And I wrote down my number, said the star. The next day, I received a call from his secretary, Charlene, saying, "Can you meet Mr. Girardi for dinner tonight?" And I said, "No, I cannot. And if Mr. Girardi wants to take me out, he can call me in advance himself. Thank you very much." And I hung up the phone. I didn't hear from Tom. Is this the same secretary that Tom Girardi allegedly was having an affair with and had a love child with? The FBI guy? You guys remember that? Remember it was one of the top local FBI officials. Turned out he was the son of Tom Girardi's ex-secretary that he had a sexual affair with for years, to the point where he was giving this woman money and he bought her a house. And the house now, I think, was about valued over $3 million. And the LA FBI guy, I forgot what his name is, looks just like Tom. Again, this is all alleged. I'm just saying what my opinion is. Looks just like Tom. He was originally stationed in like Alabama or Mississippi or something. And then once everything hit the fan with Tom Girardi, he then got transferred to the LA office. And shout out to the LA Times. They broke the story because clearly that's corruption. Clearly that's conflict of interest. Someone whose mother had a sexual relationship with Tom Girardi and was also employed by him. And this man, the FBI agent, could have been Tom's love child. I'm not saying it is, but he could have been. He could have been. is now the person who was overseeing the investigation into him. Take everything else out. All of that is conflict of interest. That's corruption. And the LA Times broke that story. And once that story broke, they removed him from his position. But my question is, how did he get that position in the first place? Is it that the FBI just doesn't do their own due diligence within their own ranks? Or was somebody else helping him get that position to help cover up for Tom? Because don't forget, Tom Girardi did not work in a silo. Men like that don't run $1 million Ponzi schemes and fraud and corruptions by themselves. You know, they are aided and abetted by institutions, by systems, and by people, whether they are executives, judges, lawyers, law enforcement, whatever the case may be, who look the other way. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. Payoffs, you know, it is what it is. It's basically organized crime, just in a business suit. But they're nothing but thugs. No different than a gang, no different than the mafia. They're just a bunch of bullying, intimidating thieves and thugs. They're just wearing business suits. And we just call it, quote, white collar because they're wearing business suits. In the streets, they would be a gang. You know, that's really what they are. Anyway, according to Erika, he came to the restaurant a week later and told her she was ignoring him and not taking his calls. I said, no, you haven't called me. You had your secretary call me. He's like, well, are we going to dinner or not? I said, well, this is what I was waiting for, was for you to ask me. And we did, she continued. We had a really nice time, and we just continued our relationship on from there. She said they got married within a year. At one point, she told him that she just moved out of her place and she needed to find an apartment. I mean, this is how to bag a guy 101. I just moved out of my apartment. I need a place to stay. He goes, well, you know, there are a lot of bedrooms in this house. You could stay here until you figure it out if you're tired of sleeping on your friend's couch, she said. I did. I think I stayed in his guest room for like 3 weeks till he was like, now, Erika, come on. So she kept her job as a cocktail waiter until Tom expressed that he didn't want her to work, that he wanted her to be with him. That old, oh, my lease is up and I have nowhere to go routine. Girl, Erika knew how to bag him at least. She knew how to bag him. So, yeah, crazy. But I want to know what you guys think. Are we tired of Erika Jayne Girardi on our screens? Or, I'm going to be honest with you. I personally don't really like her because of the whole Tom Girardi and the victim stuff. However, this past season, without Lisa Rinna, she was more enjoyable when she was with Garcelle and Sutton and even Crystal. Them having a time, them having a kiki and a vibe, she was way more enjoyable. Do I still think a lot of what she said was a bunch of crap? 100%. Her whole storyline was basically just one big marketing campaign for her spinoff, Bet It All on Blonde on Peacock and Bravo, and also her Vegas residency. Her entire storyline was just one big marketing campaign for that. So I'm kind of torn on Erika. I personally, if she went away, I wouldn't care about it. Like, I wouldn't miss her. I don't need her. But I do think she was more enjoyable without Lisa Rinna. Do I think she's still lying about her knowledge with Tom Girardi fraud? Hell yeah, she knew what he was doing. She knew he wasn't up to snuff, but she didn't care. As long as the money was coming in, as long as he had power, as long as they had access and influence, she didn't care. She didn't care. She told us, I don't give a damn about anybody but myself. She said it and she meant it. So what do you guys think about Erika? What do you think about her being rewarded? But again, Bravo and NBC, they tend to reward bad behavior if they can monetize it. They rewarded Teresa Giudice's bad behavior. They reward, now they're rewarding Erika with spinoffs and, all of this stuff. But nothing's new. Nothing new. They tend to reward bad behavior. They gave Kim Zolciak, who was very problematic, her own spinoff. Portia Williams, very problematic, her own spinoffs. Like, they reward this type of crap. So it is what it is. But put it down below. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. So with that, let's move on to our last story. Now, this is all about, will Kyle Richards leave the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in favor of buying Beverly Hills? That's right, Mauricio's Netflix show. Now, as we know, Kyle has been playing very, very coy with whether or not she's going to return this season. She's like, I don't know if I'm coming back. I might need a break from the Real Housewives. It's been a lot. And she also really hasn't been giving. She's been very coy to the point of telling us it's nobody's effing business about her separation, split, pending divorce from Mauricio. She's been playing very coy, not really telling us either way about her alleged lesbian relationship with Morgan Wade. She hasn't really been giving. She hasn't been honest about the demise of her friendship with Dorit Kemsley. All three of those things are very juicy things that we would love to see if she's being honest about it and if she's being real about it, but she hasn't actually given us anything. She's also being coy about whether or not she's going to sign her contract to come back. Now, this is the thing. Is she kind of on the fence because she's going to be joining the Buying Beverly Hills season 3? So this is from Screen Rant, and it says, Netflix dropped all 10 episodes of its unscripted series Buying Beverly Hills Season 2 on March 22nd, and fans are already wondering if Kyle Richards will continue to appear in Season 3. The series, which first premiered in November of 2022, chronicles real estate broker Mauricio Umansky and his staff at the agency as they hunt down the perfect properties for their high-end clients. In addition to his career, the show documents the challenges he faces in his turbulent personal life. Mauricio made his television debut on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 1 as the husband of Kyle Richards. With 27 years of marriage behind them, Kyle and Mauricio were considered one of Bravo's franchise's most solid couples. However, Kyle and Mauricio have recently hit a rough patch in their marriage. Their marital conflict has played out in both The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Buying Beverly Hills, which they both appear in. Kyle appeared only briefly in Buying Beverly Hills Season 2, but will she continue to appear in Season 3? Now, let's break down why she may or may not. I personally think in order for Buying Beverly Hills to continue to be a success, because it kind of is, it's not a resounding success, but it is a good show. It's entertaining, it's decent, whatever. Season 2 did way better than Season 1, again, because of that halo effect. Everyone's talking about, Kyle and Mauricio split. So that from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills bled into everybody flocking to Season 2 to get more of the tea and the juice because Kyle gave us nothing, right? So it's doing a lot better because of that juice. I think without that storyline, Buying Beverly Hills would be very flat. It would, to me, without it, it should be on like MTV or something. Is MTV still around? I feel like it should be on like an MTV show because like the whole Alexia Sophia crap, like, oh my God, stop. Anyway, let's keep going. Kyle had a larger presence in Season 2. Rumors of Kyle and Mauricio's troubled marriage had circulated the reality universe for many years, but they recently came to the surface. Instead of playing out on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, as many would have expected, news of Kyle and Mauricio's separation was broken in the Buying Beverly Hills Season 2 trailer. During the official trailer that Netflix released on YouTube, Mauricio and Kyle addressed the separation face-to-face, and then Mauricio explained it's the couple to the couple's daughters who work for him at his real estate brokerage firm. Details of Mauricio and Kyle's separation will likely continue to play out on Buying Beverly Hills Season 3. This is also true because remember, cameras had to pick back up for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills because the news of their separation had broke in that People magazine story, like a source close to the couple, blah, 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 blah. And so cameras had to then pick back up, right? But cameras were currently filming for Buying Beverly Hills because Real Housewives of Beverly Hills has a different filming schedule than Buying Beverly Hills. So the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills was filming way before they started filming Buying Beverly Hills. There's a bit of an overlap, but there's a lag, which is why we get way more information on Buying Beverly Hills than we do on Beverly Hills, but Kyle was still holding back. She was still lying and holding back. She blamed it on Mauricio. Remember, she's like, he didn't want to talk about it. Well, he talked about it all during his show. Maybe he was being selfish and wanted to save the storyline for him. Okay. Mauricio and Kyle's split was the biggest storyline. In Buying Beverly Hills Season 2, Mauricio tearfully sits down with Farrah, Alexia, and Sophia Umansky to discuss his impending separation from their mother. I had an amazing 26 years with your mom, Mauricio shares with his daughters around a table in the family's sprawling backyard. I wanted to do everything possible to just save it. So, your mom came to me and talked to me, and she said, I think I need space. Farrah, Alexia, and Sophia were all stunned into silence. Kyle on Buying Beverly Hills created more drama. Again, I agree with this. Selling high-end property to well-heeled clientele is good, but people are tuning in to Buying Beverly Hills Season 2 for the drama. Kyle and Mauricio were the couple everyone wanted to be. They were attractive, happy, and deeply in love. Or so everyone thought. Over the last few years, it was revealed that Kyle and Mauricio's marriage was hanging on by a thread, and there were even accusations of Mauricio's infidelity. The internet was rife with speculation about their troubled marriage. Kyle should have more airtime in Buying Beverly Hills Season 3. Kyle and Mauricio's daughters were understandably shocked and hurt by the news of the separation. They explained that they only realized there were problems in their parents' marriage a few months prior, so this was a surprise. Kyle had been dealing with the drama that stemmed from their dissolving marriage on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and Mauricio is tackling it on Buying Beverly Hills. The drama will likely continue to unfold on Season 3. And with so many of her daughters appearing on the show, Kyle may be around more. Season 2 just premiered. It has yet to know if it has been renewed. I think they will be renewed for Season 3. And yeah, it says despite only airing for 2 seasons, Buying Beverly Hills has gained quite the following. And again, that's because of the popularity of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So I do think that they will get a Season 3. And I think that Mauricio, in my opinion, I think he had to show the demise of his marriage on his show because I think the show was on thin ice with Netflix. And I'll tell you why. So, Season 1 of Buying Beverly Hills was pretty much a flop. There was a lot of backlash. There was boycotted because of everything that was going on. It premiered during the time of Lisa Rinna, Diana Jenkins, Kathy Hilton, Garcelle Bouvet, all Erika Jane Girardi, Kyle Richards, all of that very dark season of Buying Beverly Hills with the racism, the homophobia, the bots, all of that horrible garbage, dark stuff. I don't even want to talk about that crap anymore. But during all of that was when Buying Beverly Hills Season 1 debuted. And it was such a backlash. Remember, people boycott it, don't watch it. It pretty much was a flop. It did okay, but not what Netflix expected. Because remember, put your executive hat on. As a Netflix executive, I'm going to greenlight this project, Buying Beverly Hills, because I want to get the millions and millions and millions of engaged and passionate viewers of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, of the Bravo franchise, to now be converted to Netflix subscribers because they're going to want to watch Kyle Richards' husband and daughters on this show. But instead of having that halo effect for Season 1, it was the opposite because they themselves were getting all of the backlash for being mean girls and being racist and targeting people, and Diana Jenkins and alleged SA trafficking. All of that stuff was just a huge thing. Mauricio laughing at Erika cussing out Garcelle's son, like all of that backlash. But I think they also wanted to make sure that they would get their return on investment, so they give them a season 2. Now, season 2, that's where they got their return on investment, because now everybody's tuning in to what the hell happened between Kyle and Mauricio. What's really the juice? Why are they divorcing? Who's cheating? What happened? What's the goods? And because Kyle gave us so little on the show, then strategically, because again, I think it was from Kyle and Mauricio's camp, very strategically, all of a sudden, a quote source is dropping to People magazine that they've split after 27 years. So right after that happens, all of a sudden they have to pick back cameras up on Buying Beverly Hills, and then it becomes the perfect segue into Buying Beverly Hills season 2. And then that's when they get that bump. That's when we get that trailer of Mauricio having this spilling the guts about everything happening with him and Kyle to the girls. And the girls are crying, and Kyle is not heavily, but way more featured in season 2 than she was in season 1. Season 1, Kyle did not physically appear on the show. She had about a 3-second FaceTime in conversation with Farrah when she got engaged. Other than that, Kyle was not on season 1. Season 2, Kyle is featured. She's having dinners with the girls. She's doing her Amaze shopping in Aspen. She's crying with him. It's a whole thing. Then season 2 very much becomes about the Umanskis. Doesn't matter that they're getting divorced. Doesn't matter they're having a hard time. It is very much Kyle is very, very present. She's shopping with the girls. She's doing this. She's doing that. They're having the hard conversations. They're hanging out in Aspen together. All of these things. So now Netflix gets that return, because now they got that bump. Now everybody is tuning in. Now it's juicy. Now we want to know what's going to happen. I personally think it was all strategy from their marketing and PR and advertising teams, because it's just too, again, we don't believe in coincidence. We believe in conspiracy. The timing was just too perfect. Cameras down in Beverly Hills. Boom, People magazine article drops with the source that they're separating. Cameras up for Beverly Hills. They have that weird extra scene about the breakup and Erika talking to Kyle. Then boom, seamlessly goes into the premiere for Buying Beverly Hills, and they're picking up and they're talking about it. And that's why we're watching. I don't think people are watching Buying Beverly Hills because they want to see what Sophia is going to do or what Alexi is going to do. That becomes fun fodder 100%. It's, let's talk about Zach. Let's talk about Ben. Let's talk about what's going on with them. Let's look at the beautiful houses and who's dating or whatever. Sure, of course, that's entertaining and it's fodder. But people are tuning in because they want to see what the hell is happening with Kyle and Mauricio. So kudos, brilliant strategy, but don't act like this is all just happenstance, that this just magically happened, that the timing just magically happened where now Buying Beverly Hills is now this big success. And now all of a sudden Kyle is a key cast member miraculously. I still don't think they're going to get divorced. I don't know why, but I just, in my gut, I don't think they're going to get divorced. I don't. I don't. I could be wrong. Maybe they will really get divorced. Maybe not. But I think they're going to milk it at least for another couple of seasons. I think they will eventually reconcile. That's just what I think. I think they will eventually get back together. I do. But I think if they do get divorced, I actually think it'll be Mauricio's choice and not Kyle's. Because I think Mauricio now is getting too much of a taste of freedom without consequence. He's like, oh, wait, I can cheat in public and not be cheating and not be the bad guy. Okay. But I still don't think that they actually will. I think they'll ultimately get back together. So who knows? Oof, you guys. So with that, put it down below. Are you watching Buying Beverly Hills? Do you think Kyle might leave the Real Housewives to join full-time Buying Beverly Hills? Do you think she'll do what she did last season, which is be a a cast member on both shows, you know? And do you think all of this was, sure, there may be some truth to them having problems? Because I do think they are having problems. I do think that's real because I don't think Kyle and Mauricio are that good of actors. You feel the tension, you feel they are going through it. So them going through it, I do think is real. But I also think the timing of everything is also very calculated. And it's also to boost ratings and viewership and to have storylines. So I think they're taking what they're going through and you know, capitalizing on it, for lack of a better word. So I think Kyle will obviously be back for season 14. She's not going anywhere. And I think that if they're smart at buying Beverly Hills, they will bring Kyle on in a much bigger role. And more featured, because to be honest with you, that's the anchor of the show. That's the juice. The what's going on with the daughters and the little, you know, stupid stuff going on between the agents, it's cute, but it's not enough to sustain a show, you know? So I think if they're smart, they would definitely bring Kyle back. And Kyle's not going anywhere on Beverly Hills. So as always, let me know what you guys think. And be sure to like, subscribe, and share. So with that, you guys, I am going to drop the link in case anybody wants to come up and chat with me. And if not, I will go through some of your candy cane questions and comments. All right. Hi, Misty. Thank you for being my mod. I appreciate you, sweetheart. Thank you. Okay, let me go up. We've had a lot of good chat. Okay. Hey, Foxy. Fox says, hello, Candy and the Candy Canes. Hey, sweetheart. That's me. I said, I'm coming, you guys. Hey, Lisa says, hey, Candy. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, Foxy. Oh, good. Thank you. Hey, SS. Hey, Tay Tay. Tay Tay says, hi, Candy. Thank you for being a channel member. I really appreciate you, Tay Tay. Thank you so much. Hey, Barbara. Hey, Foxy says, oops. Foxy says she better be more open about Morgan if she is back on next season. I agree. Kyle, stop playing in our faces because you may think you're untouchable, but Bravo is making it very clear nobody is untouchable. You know, they made it clear everybody can get it at this point. Foxy says, I definitely think they had something going on. Brenda says, I agree with you on this. Yes. SS says, I think it's sexual. Oop. Lisa says, I agree. I think they were both using each other. Foxy says, I think Kyle is having fun with Morgan in more than one way. Oop. Hey, Jacob. Jacob says, to me, there's no way Dorit isn't fired. Someone who speaks as much as her going radio silent on social media since the reunion aired speaks volumes. That's a good point. Foxy says, I think Morgan liked Kyle too. Hey, Kimberly, I see you're trying to join, but it says devices not connected. Oh, there you go. Hey, Kimberly.
Hey, Candy, how are you?
I'm good, sweetheart. You want to sound off?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So, I didn't know if you would even have time to hear this, but I have some scoop on my personal experience with the Girardi firm.
Ooh, spill.
Oh, it's so juicy, in my opinion. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
so my son's father passed away at the hands of medical malpractice. And I lived in California for decades, but
Oh, wait. You said your son or your son's friend?
No, my son's father.
Father. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was anyway. We lived in. We were separated. He was much younger than I, and I worked and lived in California, and he was residing in Chicagoland. Like the Midwestern area. And anyway, but the case involved both California and Chicago. And so, me living in Newport Beach area at the time, I ended up consulting with Girardi's firm because they had dual access between Chicago, and there's like a big case that they had between Chicago and California, and Girardi was really prominent in that regard. Anyway, the scoop here is his personnel literally talked me out of going with them because they said some people aren't being paid. And this is before anyone knew Like, this is, like, maybe a year before or so. I don't know. I think it was, like, so my son's father died in 2016, and, I think I approached him in 2017, but this is, like, before any of this stuff was known, and the commentary that was made to me was, like, to tell me, you know, don't be upset about not going with this firm. This is like a really bad firm that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't pay people. Like it's there's way more to it that I won't get into, but I actually even I tried to lend my personal experience to the legal,
Mm-hmm.
and anyway, it was just something that I feel I do feel everyone knew. She
Mm.
worked at that
Yep.
firm, Candy, she worked at the firm,
Yep.
and don't tell me she didn't know.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I wanted to tell you and all the audience, because this person had to have known, in my opinion. It's my opinion,
Yep.
but based on what was said to me and knowing that she had worked at that firm as like a receptionist or something, or she was like a clerical staff in some way, I think. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I believe that that woman would have known. She spent up that money, in my opinion, what they were doing, because I've had personal experience in the legal realm with the case with my son's father being, killed in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what these attorneys do, and they don't feel the client is worthy of the monetary settlement.
Yep.
Candy, they don't.
Yep.
And audience, they just know that this is the legal climate. They're called sharks for a reason.
Yep.
And anyway, that's what I kind of wanted to relay. And I had a personal experience with that firm, and I feel like they knew, she knows, they
Yep.
spent up that money. They didn't feel the clients were worthy of the money, and they
Yep.
wanted to spend up the people's money.
100%.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
No, yeah, I that's my public service announcement to people. And I, being a really diligent see you next Tuesday, I did get retribution for my son. And
Good.
I
Good.
am very legally minded. And
Good.
so I'm a person that doesn't give up.
I'm the same way. I'm the
Thank
same
you for
way.
sharing. Thank you
Yeah,
for
thank you.
sharing.
And I'm the same exact way. If I feel I've been wrong, like if I feel I have the truth on my side, I am like a dog with a bone.
I love it.
I will not give up. Like I don't care.
Yeah, Candy will smash you to pieces. You know.
Yeah,
love
like
it.
don't even. Yeah.
Like,
Hey, Adam.
Hi, Adam.
hey.
You want to share?
Wow. Did we get to 8.5?
Yeah, we did.
I can't comprehend what's going on. Like, this cast member should have never been a cast member. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this, but 8.5 even makes Crystal look good. And
Adam,
What?
you gotta take
Adam,
that
you're-
one back, sweetheart. Nah, come on now. Crystal is not that bad.
But on the that account was a parody account, and they just treated it like it was verbatim. It was almost like any parody account. She does. There isn't even touching it with a grain of salt. She does not even do any diligence. She clearly has, not in a shady way, but 8.5. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to give this person the benefit of the doubt, but there is nothing that is defensible.
Agreed.
There is nothing defensible, and her whole storyline, was going against the medical ethics of her line of duty.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, did she follow Crystal's ways by going after Sutton in the first way to get to know them? Yes, but
Yeah.
at least with Crystal, it wasn't going against what they do as their actual job. I mean, I would be scared if 8.5 was my nurse. I mean, maybe that's just me, but
No, I'd walk out.
I would actually be scared. It would get to that point, and with the whole concept of what you were saying with what's it called, buying Beverly Hills,
Mhm.
I don't disagree with you at all. I 100% agree with you, because that show, when it premiered, when you had the disgrace of Sinella on season 12,
Mhm.
th- that show was like, it wasn't horrendous, but it wasn't like, oh my god, like it's out of this world. I need to watch all the future seasons of this show.
No, it
Like
was fluff.
this it was, me. This is me being nice. 6.5 out of best.
Yeah.
It was the season one. This one, you had this Zach guy who was out of this world, funny, and then the but and you had some other people who thought they could sleep their way to the top from this season. It was quite mad, but like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey,
that Sonica girl thought she could sleep her way to the top, like,
Yeah.
and not work.
I know. Hey, Tay Tay.
Hey Candy,
How
Hey,
are
Tay
you?
Tay.
I'm doing good. Yeah. So about the Emily plot, like Emily just exposed herself
Mhm.
again. Like
Mhm.
it's one thing to be saying Crystal, but another thing is to like say a parody account. Like that just makes herself look even more stupid.
Totally.
Yeah. And Candy, I agree with
Yeah.
you. Like Kyle needs to show up next season. Like we're tired of Kyle. Well, Kyle getting away with everything. Same with Giselle and Robin
Mhm.
getting away with everything.
Mhm.
Same with Margaret and all those producer puppets.
Exactly.
Like, stop insulting our intelligence.
100%. I agree with you,
Like,
Tay Tay.
Candy, what was the
what?
result from your
Yeah.
poll of the should Fat Boy and his wife get fired, demoted, or stay?
I say
Uh,
yes.
let me
What?
check what the
Because
results are.
I'm so curious, because I was I do. There's no, at this rate, if she stays, I am gonna be beyond. Like I
Really?
don't know. Like,
You hate Dorit,
I
Adam?
mean, she does. I don't like her phony accent. No.
You're cracking me up. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah.
I have a Dorit experience and a Teddy Mellencamp experience if you guys want to hear it.
Yeah.
Save when you mentioned the one about
Give
the
it to
Nat.
us.
Just call her the Nat.
Color
we
what?
don't want
Wait, color what?
the Nat. We don't want to hear her real name.
What's her real name? What is it, Adam?
Patty Mellencamp.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So, when I was living in Southern California, I went to this place in San Clemente. It's like a fisherman's restaurant with seafood or whatever on the beach, on the ocean.
Oh,
And
lovely.
it was real pretty. I loved it. And I would take my son, being a single mom, to the posh restaurants. And he was my little date. Anyway, at this particular time, my kid, he was probably like maybe 10 or 11. And I might have been a bit chubby at the time. I used to be really svelte and pretty in my younger years. But as at this point in time, I was a little maybe chunky. And Teddy Mellencamp and Dorit and PK were at a table. Now, this is before those guys were on the show. So it really tells me, maybe production was maybe I don't know, having meetings with them or whatever. I don't know how they knew each other or why they
What
would
year
be.
was this in?
It had to be, let's see, it had to be around 2016 or 17ish, I believe. That's like from memory. And well, anyway, so as the story goes, so I'm enjoying like a champagne brunch on Sunday, having like, eggs Benedict or whatever, and with crab meat, all the good stuff. And my son is my little, date. And Teddy comes up to me and with her business card and says, you know, she talked about her weight loss business.
Oh, the
Probably because,
starving program.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the
Her
all in
cult,
Starving
program,
her
program.
little
right? Her
cult.
accountability nonsense.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
the starving program.
yes, exactly. And now I'm telling you, she was not yet on even on the show, and she even tried to tell me I'm famous. Like she literally
Oh
said
my
to
god.
me, like she was like somebody special, like she was, her father was this, that, and the other. She didn't name, John Cougar Mellencamp or whatever, but she literally tried to tell me in every which way other than saying his name, that she was someone like famous, special. What, I can't remember her exact words. Anyway, so it was really odd, and I'm like, oh, thank you. I didn't care that I was a little chunky. I really didn't. I was felt all my life, and I dated a lot of musicians, and I'm on like thanks to on records, and I don't care because none of that made my life any better.
Exactly.
So like I just don't care anymore. I'm gonna eat what I want. I'm not fat. I'm not super fat.
Yeah, it
I'm
doesn't
a little
No.
matter.
chunky,
Doesn't matter as long as you're enjoying your life. Who cares?
right?
Yeah,
I don't
Yeah.
want to be like size 0.
No.
And like she's trying to tell me how to eat when I'm enjoying a Sunday brunch. And having like a really like my cup of tea, with the crab meat, eggs Benedict.
That sounds
Anyway,
delicious and like
yeah,
I want to join.
it was so good.
Yeah.
And so then anyway, so I like, she like looked at me like I'm, some idiot that didn't understand how important she was, but I didn't care. And and then the funny thing is, as we were heading out, I never really paid attention to her table or whatever. And then as we were heading out, Dorit and PK, well, PK was in the bathroom, but Dorit was there with her kids, and she had, like a strap on type of deal with her kids, like the front, in the back. I don't remember. Anyway, she had her both of her kids. And I yet didn't even know who Dorit was. And PK comes out with his beautiful English accent, which I love. I absolutely adore and love the English accent. So, but yet I didn't see him first. I saw her first, and I looked at her body with the two kids. And I'm like, holy moly. Now, I had been approached by Teddy about fitness, but when I saw Dorit with two kids in her body, I'm like, oh my God.
I
Her
mean, it's
body is
money well spent.
amazing.
It's money well spent.
Oh, God. I don't even know. It's just insane. And I just said to her, wow, I was stunned. I'm like, wow, how do you keep in such great shape? And she said, hiking. And then PK comes out. And obviously hiking with the kids all strapped to her body. And then PK comes out and he's got his English accent and talking to her, and I was taken aback, like, wow, when the Englishman and this gal and her, she had a funny accent too, as we all know, she has like
Yeah,
the
it's a
5
fake.
million
It's a
types
fake.
of
Yeah.
It's
voices.
like it's it's like 8 different nations tied in one.
Exactly, Adam.
I mean,
Exactly.
I mean, as much as I don't like Lisa Rinna, I like that one line where she like said Australian, South African, whatever accent it is. when she was mocking it, that was solid. But
Yeah, absolutely. It
wait,
was
so the Nats approached you when you were at a table with your eating with your son, just randomly,
Teddy.
right?
Yeah, Teddy Mellencamp did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Teddy,
she
Teddy,
came up to
Ted,
me.
Teddy the Nat. Yes.
Yeah, came up to me like trying to sell me on her, cult weight loss thing.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
mean,
candy cane girl.
I mean, you missed it. You dodged a you dodged something that you could have regretted. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, good for you.
I couldn't have
yeah.
even sustained it, honestly, because
I
I mean, I'd already been through years of, looking svelte and, doing the diets and such and being pretty for
Yeah,
men.
you don't need her to dictate your life. I mean,
No, I was over it.
500 calories a day is, I don't know, it's beyond. It's that staffing program thing is just enough. I don't.
I don't need to look like that. Like, to me, I was a mom at that point, and I didn't, I'm from the Midwest anyway, so I'm not in show business, and I don't need to. I'm not a model.
Exactly.
I don't need to like maintain a size 0 figure if I want to have crab and eggs Benedict and champagne on Sunday. I'll do it.
Exactly. Sounds delicious.
I mean, it sounds like you were eating at a top quality restaurant. I mean, I wish I was there.
Oh, it's just, it's honestly in Southern California, the restaurants, in my opinion, I like to go to the oceanfront restaurants, but they're really not that gourmet. They're really average, in my opinion. I'm from, well, I know New York is even way better culinary, but I'm from Chicago and originally, and California restaurants aren't that great. And it's worth it to pay top dollar for even like you're getting an average meal, even if you pay top dollar.
I'll put that in note that restaurants in Illinois are better than California. That's interesting.
In Chicago, well, they used to be. I mean, I don't know anymore.
They used to be.
They used to be when I was growing up.
I mean, Candy will tell me all the restaurants she hits up every single week. I mean,
I will.
I used to that was my almost my hobby.
Hi everyone. Cheers.
Hey, Candy cane girl.
Hi, Candy.
Hi.
Candy. Hi. Oh,
You wanna sound
hi.
off?
How you doing?
Good. You want to sound off?
Yes. First and foremost, because I didn't see the first half of what you guys were discussing, I was just cracking up laughing and listening to the conversation about I love when you guys were like, it was like hilarious about Dingaling Dorit. So I was
Ding dong Dorit.
Not Dingaling Dorit.
Not Dingaling Dorit. Ding dong Dorit. That's a different show, girl. That's a different show.
That's a different show.
That's a different show now.
So sorry, excuse me. But
Different
Dixie Dorit,
show.
I was hearing about her.
That's like Candy's that was Candy's Burris dungeon thing. That's the
Exactly. That's a different show.
Excuse me. I don't want to put that out there. Wrong show. But I was laughing about that, and then I was laughing about the woman from the Midwest meeting with Teddy. I can't imagine with that. Her eating her food, and then she's coming up to her. It's like Teddy has a big obsession with food, man. Something about that girl, like her obsession. Everything's around food. Like, don't eat this. I mean, I get you as a foodie. I get you as a big girl, but like, sometimes you gotta.
Big
Oh
girl.
yeah, you gotta fall back. You just gotta fall back.
You guys. She tried to tell me what I should be like eating and drinking, and
Yeah,
I'm not kidding you. She's like, you should be having this like for the dessert, the wine or something, whatever I had. I don't know.
So basically, before you eat anything, you gotta ask Teddy for permission. Can I eat that? Can I eat that? Can I eat that?
Get out of here with that.
I mean, it's a starving program. I mean, 500 calories a day is a bit bad. I mean, I think most people have 500 calories by the time they've had their first bite at lunch.
No, I have 500 calories in my coffee. I got the creamer, I got the whipped cream, got some chocolate mocha. 500 calories in my coffee. Come on now.
And then I'm hearing the young lady that's from the Midwest. I don't know your name. I'm sorry.
Kimberly.
Kimberly, hi. I heard you saying that you were from the Midwest, and you guys are not really focused on, as far as the food is concerned, it's a completely different lifestyle, which it is. I'm from New York. I'm from Brooklyn, so I get it. So that stunt that Teddy pulled, she can't do that in New York. She can't pull that in New York.
Nope.
I'm sorry. She cannot. They'll
Why?
be like,
What
Miss,
happened?
they'll be like, sweetheart, did you see these women here? Have several seats. You in the wrong place. They would
Yep.
let her know. They would check
F.
her
Teddy
at the door.
Mellencamp.
Yeah,
They
you
would,
know what else is when I was younger, I did date, like, the rock and roll guys, and I
Mm.
was really thin. But
Mhm.
those people were jerks. And it doesn't matter. Like,
Wow.
the most beautiful time in my life. I was so pretty and so thin, and I really paid attention to all of that. But it didn't matter. I attracted the wrong people. It's
yeah,
better to enjoy your life.
Yep.
you're right.
Yeah, obviously enjoy, like live to the fullest. I mean, like,
Yeah.
don't have some clown who wants to make you fall asleep in 5 seconds, tell you what to do. I mean, call a spade a spade. I mean, they're no ace of spades. They're just a two of clubs.
Mhm.
I,
Adam, what are you talking about? Make you fall asleep in 5 seconds? What is that? I missed it.
you said that the Nat was telling you what to eat, and I was like, I said, live your life to the fullest. Don't let some clown that wants to make you fall asleep in 5 seconds tell you what to do.
Meaning that Teddy's really boring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And now I get
Another-
it. I didn't get it
another
at first. Sorry.
In
Yeah,
regards
she's
to
such an
Kyle,
idiot.
in regards to Kyle and Dingy Dorit, are they back? Is their friendship on or off right now? Like, what's going
It's
on?
off. It's off.
With that? So you mean to tell me that they can't have a sit down and hash things out?
I think it's much deeper than any of us really knows.
Well, wouldn't it be funny if actually Dorit and PK did have a? I'm sorry, Dorit and Mo had an affair. Do you think that's real?
I
knows?
think at least on Dorit's part, the sexual attraction is real.
Yeah,
I do. I it's obvious Dorit is sexually attracted to Mo. Mo, I think, is more just like, like,
Yeah,
he's just like
he's no
fumbling
prize.
around. He's doing whatever. He's popping
Mhm.
edibles and whatever.
Mhm.
I think the sexual attraction there is very much real. Whether or not they actually crossed a physical line, I don't know.
But if you recall,
actually don't-
Candy, if you
I actually
recall,
don't think so. I don't think so. But I think it's clear that she's attracted to him. And me personally, that's enough.
yeah,
You don't
Yeah.
have to that you don't gotta cross the line. You're not gonna be my best friend oogling my husband. That's enough.
yeah,
I
that's disrespectful.
mean,
I'd rather have PK actually, even if
What?
he's fat.
I actually like
over Maurice. Over the
I agree. I like
Maurice.
PK more than Mauricio
I like
too.
Me
I like
too.
PK too.
Yeah.
But you heard what Mo said?
He's
Mo
an
said if he had a
embarrassment.
chance to, he would mess around with Erika.
Oh, yuck.
He would mess around with Erika. I don't know if you
He
guys
was probably
remember that.
just BSing,
Yeah.
don't you think?
He
No,
was probably
did
being
you catch-
sarcastic.
No, but no, what you're referring to, he actually said Dorit first. And then PK said,
Yes.
but not our wives. And then he said Rinna,
Yes.
but then PK said Erica.
I think they
Oh,
didn't have much to choose
Yeah, but
from,
Mo
really.
liked it. Mo was like, yeah.
But- I mean the
They're gross, all of them.
Mhm.
I mean I don't know in terms of in terms of them actually like having an affair. I mean, I kind of agree with what Candy was saying, but at least from Dorit's side. What's that?
There's
ASMR
some
in
like
the back?
crumbling noise.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know either.
Kim.
Okay, there we go.
Left.
Oh,
Oh,
bye,
dear.
Kimberly. Join again if you want to, sweetie.
Think
Bye,
she's having
Kim.
some.
Bye,
some
Kim.
Bye, Kim.
Bye, Kim. Love
but
your story, by the way.
Yeah, we loved your
Yes,
story, sweetheart.
yes.
Yeah, it was funny.
We loved it. It was so funny and interesting. But I agree with Candy. Like, definitely from Dorit's side, there was something there. I mean, kind of, if I was Dorit, I would leave. I would leave Fat Boy in 500 milliseconds if I could. Like, I mean, he's the guy's embarrassing, jobless. He can't ever have a mortgage again in his life. I mean,
Oh God.
his his wannabe I Mr. Property Empire show that got cancelled. I think
Mm-hmm.
two days ago. Thank God.
Mhm.
Because I like
Oh my God,
that gave my like television like vibrations because it wasn't happy. Like I don't know.
Mhm.
But
I'm sorry, it's hilarious.
I've got a question for you, Candido, about
Yes, my
Beverly
love.
Hills season 14.
Okay.
If actually the first question is, what was the results of the poll?
Oh, the results were, I can't see the results anymore, but I do know that the majority said to fire her. Then
Okay,
the next majority said demote. And then the next said keep. So fire, demote, keep.
So
What
fire
would you-
Dorit.
What would you say to the people who voted to keep her?
I would say I actually would vote to keep her. That's my vote. But only if production like sticks it to her and Kyle to be like, we need to talk about these issues.
Thank
Like,
you.
Like we need to
With
talk
you.
about, did you have sex with Mauricio? Is that why you and Kyle had a falling out? Is that why PK and Mauricio are no longer friends? What's the real state of you and Kyle's friendship? Why are you guys really on the outs?
Come
Why
on.
did she send you the text message before the
Yeah.
reunion saying they don't really know what's going on? Let's keep lying.
Yes.
So what was that about? I think if Dorit ever had a storyline, it's actually now. The question is just whether or not they're actually going to show it. If it's going to be the same old of last season, then yeah, let's let her go, fire her. But if she came and they actually made them talk about all this stuff, I actually think it would be probably very explosive and some really good TV. It would kind of bring back that good salaciousness, that good drama, that good juice that we need.
Yes, Candy.
So it's interesting and fun and captivating, but it's not like dark and evil.
Yes.
So you can have that conflict, you can have that drama, but it doesn't have to be all the way down to hell.
Mm.
It's called the Real Housewives. That trope of two Hollywood housewives, two couple best friends, and one of the wives is sleeping with one of the husbands. That trope is as old as time. And that's what makes it so interesting and so juicy and so good. And the fact that they completely skipped over that is ridiculous. Instead, we have a whole season about esophagus when the whole time I'm like, Dorit, did you smash Mauricio? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what is good and juicy.
But Candy, it looked like Dorit
about...
was trying to bring that up, but for some reason, Kyle was shutting it down.
No, I don't think Dorit was trying to bring up the rumor about her smashing Mauricio. I think Dorit was trying to bring up rumors about
the marriage problems.
Their marriage problems,
Yes,
but
exactly.
I don't think she wants the heat on whether or not she had sex with Mauricio. No.
Yeah, she doesn't want to be seen as
no, she doesn't want that.
She doesn't want that. But she did want Kyle, the state of Kyle and Mauricio, because I think that's only one part of it. I think there's a lot of different parts going on with Kyle and Mo. Yeah. But I do think she wanted to put Kyle and Mo Kyle on blast about the marriage, because again, that's something to deflect about. It's being messy without bringing your own mess to it. But I don't think she wants to address those rumors. No, but she needs to, is the point.
Mo was a hot mess. I heard he running in these streets, messing around with different girls.
Mauricio has been for the streets forever. He's always been community peen.
Wait. So what is your?
Oh man,
your go-to?
Oh man,
he's always been for the streets.
Crazy. And Kyle
Candy's just speaking facts. I mean,
yeah.
No, that's true. Kyle to put up with so long.
So what is your dream season 14 cast?
Garcelle, Sutton. I don't really like Erika. I wouldn't mind if she could leave, to be honest with you. Like, if we're firing Dorit, we could fire Erika. So we can let Erika go, to be honest with you. But
me too.
Like, I don't really need her. So Garcelle, Sutton, Kyle, but again, only if they bring back Dorit to go after Kyle. Not after in a evil way, but like, let's really talk about this stuff going on.
Yeah,
spell it out.
Spell it out and everything. And who else is there? Now we need some new people, because Annemarie is fired. Crystal is fired. Who's
Mhm.
left?
Oh, no.
I bring back Lisa Vanderpump.
I would bring
Oh,
back Lisa Vanderpump
if they
too.
brought back Lisa gonna come with a vengeance, man. It look like she gonna be trying to take people down.
Yeah.
It look like if Lisa comes back, I'm telling you, that woman's gonna be diabolical. And I'm here for it though. I'm here for it.
But
That would be great television.
Come on, LVP. Come on. Bring it in. Bring it on.
Personally, to me,
Mhm.
after with Beverly Hills, I kind of want like a big they need to actually put their minds in gear with this brand new season. I mean, this season, I mean, my favorite was Sutton, and I would say Sutton, Garcelle, and Erika were my top three.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were trying to give it.
But with Garcelle, I was a little disappointed. I liked the season 11 and 12 Garcelle more than the 10 and this 13. And with the season 11 and 12, I liked kind of her. She was more comedic.
Okay.
And I like that comedic, shady side to her.
Mhm.
Whilst this time, I think because of 8.5, maybe producers cut some of that out. I don't know, but that was kind of the only thing I'd say was missing. But I would say Sutton, Garcelle, Erika, and then, quite frankly, if Kyle doesn't come back because of her hidden deep secrets, I would say 4 brand new people. I would pick 2 friends of Sutton, maybe one of Garcelle's friends, and then someone that kind of everyone kind of knows of. But or another option is that, as you said, instead of bringing someone that everyone kind of knows of, kind of find that person that kind of has that Sutton Lisa Vanderpump caliber to it, that actually is the definition of what the show says, Housewives of Beverly Hills.
I want to find a quote, like what they call it, an unknown in the industry. Like, I wanted unknowns to join the cast. I don't want like a Tori Spelling or anybody that we know of or all of that. I want to bring somebody on that is just like a Lisa Vanderpump or like
Sutton.
a Sutton, where it's like they're amazing and they're great and like they're known within their community, i.e. Beverly Hills area, but they're unknown to us.
Yeah.
Because I want to watch known people on like scripted shows. I don't want to watch people. It's enough. Hey, Natasha, sweetheart.
Hi.
Hey, Natasha.
Hi, Natasha.
You want
Hi,
to sound
everyone.
off?
Natasha.
I
You wanna
missed,
sound
like,
off?
I'm not gonna lie, I missed the beginning of this, and then I hightailed
okay.
my butt over here when I saw your live. I was like, oh my god. And
Yeah,
but
you didn't
yeah,
get the
like
iCal.
she didn't. Okay, stop. You gotta stop. Oh my gosh. But I saw the thing about Dorit.
Oh, but wait, I'm gonna say one thing, Natasha. I went early because I know you like me going early.
I know. That's why I ran over here. I felt that, and then I felt guilty, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
It's okay. Sound off, sweetheart.
So I saw that part about like Dorit getting demoted, and people were joking. They're like, "Okay, here comes robbery number 4."
Oh no!
And I was just like, I'm dead. But yeah, what is going on with this cast? Like, they're all. And then I saw this thing too about how it was something about Kyle. Like, they're gonna put their foot down about Kyle and Morgan. Like, you need to tell us what the heck's going on. Like, we're done. We're not gonna do this weird dance. The audience doesn't want it. No one wants it unless you tell us what's going on. Like, you know what I mean?
I think it was just so obvious that it was fake. Like the moment, like literally the day the reunion wrapped, Morgan wipes her Instagram of everything to do with Kyle. Kyle is out here on Jeff Lewis being like, Morgan's just one chick that in the rotation that I text good morning to. We're not that close. It's like, well, you've been cosplaying a lesbian relationship this entire time.
Cosplaying.
And now the moment the reunion wraps, both of y'all are like, I don't really know her like that. Then all of a sudden they're back being seen together and all this stuff, and Kyle's getting a cowboy tattoo and all this crap.
Yeah, this
Why?
is
Because
too
you got
much.
the social media backlash and now you're trying to retract without being canceled.
Bingo Bango was its name-o.
Yep.
Same with Lassa and Marcus. Like, did you see the photos?
Yeah,
on social
because
media?
because is the new season of Miami about to start filming?
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. Not them getting back together. I'm done with
Hello.
them. They're outrageous.
Mhm.
It's
I don't
too
watch
much.
that show, Natasha. So I don't know what's going on with that, but it sounds like a hot mess there.
They like their fake relationship. They've been breaking up, and they go about it in such like a honestly like a teenage way. It's very off-putting and weird, and it's just like this is like a 50-year-old mom of like 4 doing this, and it's just awkward and strange, and it's very fake and
Lassa
annoying.
Pippen is
Yeah.
Lassa Pippen is like the most suspected person on this planet. No, like obviously that she's just. I mean, she's just nasty. I mean, I still can't believe she said to Gertie's face, "How do you know that your cancer is real?"
It's outrageous.
That's disgusting.
Wow.
How
She
she
doesn't
treated
like
Gertie was
black
outrageous.
women.
She actually
Disgusting.
She doesn't
How
like
do you
black
know
women.
your cancer's real?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like,
And the thing is, the beauty about that is that was a gift to us because we've been saying we don't like her. We've been saying that her soul's dark, and then that is indisputable proof right there. Like no one can defend that. That is indefendable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I almost am like, I love it when that happens because I don't even have to argue about it.
we found. You mean pretty much? You're saying in other words, the true colors is more evident than ever. We've been
the
saying
mask
this.
slipped, and it slipped hard and back.
Yeah, literally.
Was she fired, Lassa? Was she fired?
No, it's just like
No.
the audience, any dwindling delusional fandom that she ever could have, like unless their morals are just non-existent, you can't defend that. Like you literally can't defend someone coming after someone with cancer for no reason other than they just don't like being wrong or admitting they're wrong. Like that's crazy. You know what I mean?
But what's kind of crazy though is that in the life we live in, that the fourth wall is broken in places that I mean, there is just no way on earth that I could be stood in the same vicinity as that woman. I mean, if I'm at the same airport, I would hope that like
I think I would have like
terminal.
an instant snarl on my face. Like you know what I mean?
In a different terminal.
I would expose her. I would say something where how they do that thing where they be having Adam said they break the fourth wall. I would literally try to expose her. I'd be like, I can't stand her. Why do I have to you hear this crap she just said? And then I say everything she said and repeat it, and then the producer asked me a question. Man, I would put her on blast. I would do that.
I know. I feel like the world of TV is doing us a disservice by not putting you as a producer somewhere. Because you would be in disguise. You would be like hiding behind. You'd be like the person, like you'd be like cosplaying as the person like collecting the tickets, and like you'd secretly have like a microphone pack, and you'd be like, "Hello, your flight's being delayed," and you'd like try to provoke.
Listen, I don't give you what you want. I give you what you want. Okay, the people. I said the people need to see this. The people want to know. Okay,
the people want to know.
They want to know. Candy and Natasha, I just sent you something both on Instagram. so there's this.
I'm nervous.
I know.
Yesterday, Taylor Swift's album came out.
Wait, whose album?
Taylor Swift's, and pretty much just.
I don't listen to her.
Me neither.
She's casting spells. No thank you.
Yeah, no thanks. Bye.
But there was this Instagram account that just decided to like put a housewife or a Bravo person with every single song. And there's this song that's dubbed but Daddy, I love him, and
I know, I see that. That's
and-
hilarious.
This event lasts for some song as the case. But
Oh,
I
somebody
mean,
said Denise,
uh,
Kyle, and Camille back. Somebody said they want Camille back. Camille
I mean,
Grant.
Camille
Bring
is
We've
it back
been
to
saying
you.
that, but like to be
Camille-
honest, I'm kind of I'm ready
And
for
I
new
like
people
like
too.
Carlton.
Oh,
Me
and they
too.
said they want Carlton too. Carlton too. Oh wow.
I'm ready for new
Camille's the
people. I don't
goat.
really want to see the witch. I want to see
Me
new
neither.
people.
Right?
There's enough witches.
There's
No,
enough
thank
witches
you.
on my television these days.
There's
Let's
enough
be
in the
real.
timeline. No, thank you. I want
I-
fresh people. I think it's just time for freshness.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
they were gonna have Ada on, but that didn't work out because of scheduling problems or something.
I think the
Uh,
reason why Robbie Williams' wife didn't come on was because she got a taste of what happens when you're on a Real Housewives show, which is everybody digs into your business like nobody's business. And a lot of stuff was coming out. Like, I don't think Robbie Williams and his wife are that happy. I think that they were coming on the show to divorce. They had been,
They've been together for a long time, right?
they'd been together for a long time, but they had, prior to that, they were doing interviews where like they weren't having sex, they were sleeping in different rooms, like all this was going
Yikes.
on, they were selling off property. I think it would have been where she would have came on to divorce, but realized, I don't really know if I want this smoke.
I mean, it would have been an interesting one, but I kind of agree. I would have loved to see the palatial homes. I mean, the bargain he made from that home that he sold to Drake was unreal. I mean, 77
Well, we know you
million.
love your like real estate
Yeah, I
corn.
mean,
Yeah.
I love that stuff. I mean, but in terms of
You know what it
the
is,
houses, I would
Adam?
actually see people who live in Beverly Hills and the Bel Air area. Like, ever since Kyle moved to the Valley, she should go.
She
on,
should
like,
be
some
she should be on the
should be on
valley.
the Valley.
She should be
Yeah,
on the
Stop.
valley.
I'm dead.
Exactly. I mean,
You
and
know what
also-
Adam would have loved?
She
This
lives
is before
closer
his
to
time.
Jax than she does to Beverly Hills.
That's true. Adam, you would have
So-
loved the show Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous with Robin Leach. Or was that his name? With Robin Leach.
Yes.
He was English. He was your countryman.
Yes. Oh, that was.
And it was like Cribs, but more proper.
Yes.
It was like,
Yes.
and I think that's
It was-
kind of like what Cribs stemmed from, to be like the MTV version, like hip hop version of that. But they basically, all they did was show like real estate and like, it was like more, you should like
Wait,
YouTube
Natasha,
it.
you making me laugh because I'll never forget the best episode of that show, of that MTV show Cribs, was when Redman was there. He showed it like it was. I'll never forget that episode he did. He said, "This is my mansion."
I don't remember. I just remember the one where they like, I don't know if it was like mocking it, and it was like, it was in Sweden, and it was of Robin, and they were like, this episode sucks because Robin, like people in Sweden are very modest. They're like just known. That's like their culture.
Yeah,
so she was like,
that's
she's like the
norm
biggest.
there.
She's the biggest pop star of the country, and she didn't even have a spare bedroom as a guest bedroom. She had this cot in her kitchen. They're like, "What is this?" And the producer, you hear the producers going, "This is the worst episode ever."
Oh, you guys got to see the Redman episode because that was hilarious. I never saw an episode like that. Like he said,
Hilarious.
"Welcome to my crib," and he said, "This is my mansion." And you wait. That's all.
Adam, I'm dead. Do you hear Adam trying to do your accent like that?
Yeah, hilarious.
I'm dead.
I love it.
Wait,
But yeah, so she's demoted as a friend, right? She's not off.
no, she's
Who?
nothing's confirmed. This is
Dorit.
why this is
Dorit
why we're scared.
unconfirmed. She's either fired or demoted or coming back. She just doesn't have a contract yet.
Oh, I heard like it was 100% just demoted.
No,
That's weird.
No. That
I want
was
to be
what-
fired.
Unless
what people were saying.
unless that just came out, but the reports I read, it's just that she doesn't have a contract and producers are unsure what they want, whether they want.
Well, the
to
robbers
fire
are
or
outside
demote.
her window right now, so like we'll have to see. I'm just kidding.
I mean, my understanding was that people wanted her demoted, for 500 years, as they still did in this current season that we just saw. But I kind of feel now that they've fired 2 people already, firing a third will be unlikely. I just doubt it, unfortunately. I mean,
but she might be demoted though.
yes, but she'll still be on our screens, unfortunately. But
Well, as long as she
Yeah.
actually brings it with Kyle, I'm okay with that. Because I feel like they waited to, like, if they wanted to fire Dorit, they should have been fired her.
Yeah.
They should have been fired her.
she should have been fired after season 9, quite frankly. Her,
Yeah.
Vanat, and
Everyone who helped Lisa off
Yes.
the show, they should have been fired.
Yeah.
I mean,
Agreed.
that whole scene when
I got some tea
Kyle-
about Lisa Vanderpump.
Oh, please reveal.
Yeah,
Please
spill.
do.
I have it on very good authority that
Okay.
Vanderpump Villa has already been renewed for season 2.
Let's go.
Ooh.
Watch
Ooh.
that.
Very good authority, and I'm gonna
Not
give
very good.
very good authority. I'm gonna do, because we still have to do the Valley and Vanderpump Villa, and I'm gonna share
I have
my
so many opinions about the
behind
Valley.
the scenes receipts I have to prove it when we do our recap.
Wow.
But
I know it's a
if you watch
shocker, but I
Vanderpump
do have
Villa,
opinions about the Valley.
I love it. We'll do the Valley tomorrow.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
And Natasha,
you-
DM me what time.
Okay. You need to catch up. You should do a little binge sesh.
Okay.
On the catch up on the Valley.
You've got time. There's only like 4
on the
episodes.
Valley.
Yeah,
Oh,
The
I'll do it.
Valley. Yeah.
Shut up.
Valley.
Like, oh my god, catch up on the Valley.
Do you
I
know
think
when I was growing up,
That's
that
my
accent,
natural voice. I'm not even pretending. Like, that's just literally how I talk.
they used to call that Valley Girl accent when I was growing up.
Everybody in the valley talk like that, like a
That's
kid
just-
can talk.
Yeah.
Before the Valley was cool, like
the
the
vocal
whole
fry.
world. And I don't know where we got that from. I think we got it from Clueless or Saved by the Bell. I don't know where it came from, but that was literally called the Valley Girl. If it didn't matter where you lived in the country, if you like had like that high, like for real, like voice, you were a Valley Girl. It was
What are
weird.
you talking about?
You sound like those girls from 90210. Just like
Yep. And
The
like
very-
Amber from Clueless and stuff. Yeah.
yes, you sound like that.
The variation of accents
Like,
are,
what is this?
are
this
quite
talk?
mad. I mean,
my voice.
in England we always joke that we don't understand what the North say, so it was like, but I don't know.
Everybody
Wait,
binge
wait.
the Valley, and we'll do it tomorrow. And Natasha, let me know what time.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
There's
I'm
only
already
4
caught up to the Valley.
There's only 4 there's only 4 or 5
Yay,
episodes, so you're
yes!
good. Like it's real easy.
Okay.
And honestly, you could fast forward some of the scenes because let's be real.
I'm going to
Okay.
watch Vanderpump
I'm gonna write down
Villa
the names because I don't know who
episodes 4
any
and
of them
5
are.
tonight,
People, so I'm gonna write down the names of
and
the ones that I find interesting.
Yeah, it's like
wait.
I'm so over Vander. I can't do it. I can't do
Wait,
it.
Wait,
I
Kathy,
can't watch that
out of all
Vanderpump
the
Rules.
guys on.
I feel like I'll have trauma. I can't watch it.
Right? I can't.
Watch it.
It's too much.
Like I'll have trauma. Sorry.
You're like
I'm sorry. You know,
I'm still watching Vanderpump Rules though.
you're gonna
Yeah.
then you're gonna have to like I'll
I mean,
watch it.
I'm just
Sheena's
caught
brand new song
too.
on Vanderpump Rules this current week's episode. Oh my god, that was horrible. I mean,
It's
my ears
bad.
were hurt.
It's
Well,
bad.
It's
the-
really
The
bad.
positive thing is that James read Sandoval fulfilled.
James
Yes,
read
he
that
did.
is the
James is the MVP.
Yes, he did.
James is
I loved
the
it.
only redeeming quality on that show.
I still can't
He is like
believe that
literally the
Lala-
last drop of oxygen
I
that
still
is like
can't believe
keeping that show from
Right.
drowning a miserable death.
I
To me-
still can't believe that Lala actually went out of her way to say to Lisa's face, "Can I hire your house?" for my
Wow.
And I was just watching this thing, and like it's so fake. Do you
It's
really?
so fake.
She goes
It's
in
so
there.
fake.
She goes to Tom Tom to ask Lisa Vanderpump to use her house.
The day
The
of.
next
The
day.
next day. Like, come on.
Yeah. Lauren from Utah is too much.
I mean, out of all the girls, she's the MVP. I'm not sure, but like,
I mean,
Yeah,
that's not
but
saying
yeah,
much
but not-
because
but
look at
not
everyone.
the right reasons.
I mean, Katie like has this weird disposition the whole time that like makes But the messy one, truly though, is I want to be.
I feel bad for James. I don't want him to be with Allie. I think she's using him.
She's the messy one. The wannabe I got rejected from every Disney Channel audition girl.
Oh my god!
Right? That's what that is. That is the energy.
Like
Adam,
that
you
is-
just snatched all of her
Adam!
edges, and you left no.
That was really
crumbs.
good, Adam. I'm
You
impressed.
snatched
Actually,
every
that was
single one of Allie's
accurate.
edges. No, you
The
did
level of
not.
accuracy right
Oh,
there.
you didn't
That was
have to
impressive.
do her like
She-
that.
Come on, Adam. Yes.
She does though. She gives all that energy, but I got rejected.
That is
from the-
absolutely 100%.
No, it's true.
Like,
Allie is like a freaking AI bot, and
like
Disney kid reject. Absolutely.
I mean,
like she wanted to be on Drake and Josh.
She totally did. And then she settled for that weird 2015 or whenever it was.
Sweetheart, if you watch this show, I'm sorry. I don't know who you are, but I feel bad for you, girl.
you really shouldn't be. I mean, the way that she tried
You should
to
not feel bad for Allie.
No.
I mean,
I kind of
unfortunately-
I like to give people the benefit of the doubt unless their energy is just completely off and I'm just like, that's a hard no for me. But with her, I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt because Raquel and all the scandal it all was like going on and she was the last person that we were even worrying about. But now we're getting a better look at her. We're like, absolutely not. Like we see
if you were forced to be like assigned as like your university partner in crime on like a group project, if either Ali or Rachel, which one would you pick?
I go with Rachel.
Me too, honestly.
I actually,
I like Ali though.
Unfortunately, I would probably. I mean, working with Rachel, I don't know. She kind of gives off this "I'm Miss Perfect" kind of.
I feel like
very
Allie would try to
pedantic.
put a spell or something to like, and then your like pet would get sick or something. I don't know. There's something off with her. I don't like her.
Is that she sounds like less what's the word
And my pets are protected, Allie, so don't even try it.
Oh, no.
with Ali, I wouldn't. She'd be the type of person that will get drunk at a nightclub before a project is due or something. I don't know. Like that's kind of the vibes.
And it's her voice. If you hear her voice, it literally sounds like Suri's daughter.
Literally, I mean that's what Candy was saying.
It sounds like Suri's like evil little daughter.
I mean,
James, no, I do love you. I wouldn't be dating you if I didn't. It's like,
yes.
Yikes.
I mean, even my mom overheard that part of that episode, and she was like, "Was that a robot or a real person?"
You're like, was that a real human? She's like, wow, they're implementing robot castmates now. This is impressive.
I mean, if you had it okay, if you were forced to.
Here we go.
If you were forced to hang out with all of the cast
Yes.
of Vanderpump Rules, or all of the cast of The Valley for a whole month, which one would be the most bearable?
Oh, Vanderpump Rules.
Oh, wow.
Only because of James, maybe. I feel like James would just make me laugh the whole time, and we would come up with like observations, and it would just be like, I would be like, Allie, go sit down somewhere, okay? I'm not trying to get your man. We're just going to come up with funny lines together. Now sit down.
I think I do the Valley.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Who'd you go with?
you might be right because
I
everyone
think I
else
would
is
Valley.
so
Yeah.
insufferable. It might be too much that even James wouldn't be able to like help.
Yeah, I feel like we do better dinners with the Valley.
I mean,
Hi, Bella. Welcome.
Then you've got Jax and Brittany to put
Hi.
up with.
Wait, Adam, 1 second. Hey, Bella, do you want to sound off?
Yes. Are we talking about the entire story? Because I was skimming through the video as y'all were going. I was not there directly on live, but I do kind of want to talk about Annemarie.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you talk about her interview with Carlos?
Yes, we did a full thing on that. So sound off.
I feel like she didn't really take responsibility for her
Mm-hmm.
part in her firing.
She
And
didn't.
and the thing about it too is you came into the season with a battery on your back, as people would say, from Kyle, right? And Kyle kind of put like a battery and talked about your esophagus, and you just ran with it. And she
Yep.
didn't take, and then she started, and I feel like she kind of contradicted herself because she discussed how she loved Garcelle, how Garcelle took her in, especially when she was on BravoCon. She was like, Garcelle's amazing. Garcelle took me in. She was very forthcoming with you. And now you're hinting at a storyline. You're hinting at when Garcelle didn't stand up for you, which is during the season. And you were saying, and she was saying that Garcelle didn't stand up for her was Dorit. And then she said, "Oh, I was perfectly fine with Garcelle during the season. It was during the actual reunion that I had an issue with." So, which one is it? Did you have a problem with Dorit when she didn't stand up for you, or was it at the reunion you had issues with? It was very weird what she was doing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very strange to me when I hear other people of color or people say race card. That bothers me so much
Mm-hmm.
because it kind of puts a hold on you because not every single person's black experience is the same, right? So maybe Garcelle was triggered by the word aggressive or attacked, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
it maybe does not resonate with you, but that's okay. We're in a society where we're allowed to feel how we feel, and I feel like people have been trying to dictate how Garcelle should feel about certain situations when they don't know the full extent of it because they don't really show the full scene, or they don't really show they don't really show what's really really going on more in depth because they're cutting
Mm-hmm.
scenes. So
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like Anna Marie and Carlos King, like he doesn't question her. He
Mm-hmm.
doesn't go like he's not really being a journalist or whatever he is doing. He's just like, okay, what she's saying are damaging claims, and he's just accepting it as the truth. He's
Yep.
not. It's very sad.
Agreed. Yeah, Bella, I agree with everything you said. I think you made some really solid points. And I wanted to call out when you're saying how Anna Marie was like, "Oh no, it was after the reunion that I had a falling out with Garcelle with everything she did." But prior to that, she was like praising her and saying, "Oh, we got on." Did you know it was called out because she was praising Garcelle on Heather McDonald's podcast called Juicy Scoop, right? And then on that same exact podcast, they were talking about reunion dresses. So they were showing, like, oh, this is the dresses that we wore at the reunion. So if on the podcast with Heather McDonald, they're talking about the reunion dresses and Anna Marie has no problem with Garcelle, then she's caught in another lie because obviously it was after the reunion that she was cool with Garcelle. It was only after she got fired and I think got together with Dorit and Lisa Rinna, all of a sudden her whole narrative to attack Garcelle happened on Carlos King. You know what I mean? And so, bye, Candy Cane girl. She had to go. Bye, sweetheart. You know what I mean? So I agree with that 100%. And then also when it comes to Garcelle, I think you bring up a really great point about how people are trying to police her feelings. But particularly when it comes to Garcelle and Dorit always does all of these microaggressions against her. It wasn't just her one time being like, oh, you're attacking me. It was like multiple things over seasons. So Garcelle had every right to go off on Dorit. I agree with you 100%. And then and I really do like Carlos King, but I too was disappointed by that interview. And the number one thing that disappointed me when he was like to her, "Oh, do you think Garcelle wanted to be the only black girl on the cast?" And I wanted to be like, "Excuse me, sir? Like, how dare you?" Garcelle is so open and is so great. She even brought in her friend Cherie, Will Smith's ex, to be on the show with her, but Cherie herself was a flop. But so Garcelle's not trying to be the only Black girl on the cast. I thought that was disgusting and a completely derogatory thing to say. So I agree with you. I think that Carlos fell flat on that interview, where I usually really tend to like him, not personally, but you know what I mean? I don't know him personally, but I do feel he fell flat and did a disservice, you know, to Black women, particularly as a Black man in this industry. So I thank you so much, Bella, for your perspective. I think you gave a lot of great points, and I agree with you.
Yeah, he didn't give any pushback at all, right?
None. He was co-signing that bull crap.
I never listened, thank God.
Oh, it was horrible. I don't know if Carlos maybe feels some type of way about certain people. I don't know if it's
I'm sure that's what it is.
To me, Carlos and Andy are kind of the same, where they on the sneak tip have their favorites and you see the bias show through.
Yes.
And if you're going to be in that executive producer role, you need to check your biases at the door. Unless you just want to be a full-on content creator and be different, then sure, bring your opinions. But if you want to have the cachet of being if I was an executive producer or in that role at the show, I would keep my personal biases to myself. But as a YouTuber, I'm telling you my opinion all day. But they're two different boxes. You know what I mean? But they're two different things.
But I'm not. So here I am.
Right, but I'm not an executive producer. So I'm going to tell you like I mean it. I'm going to have my favorites. I'm going to do what I want because I'm just a content creator saying what my opinion is. I'm not an executive producer.
That's why we like you. You spill it
exactly.
out. And you're on, you know, you're not a pick me. You're spilling it out and be like,
trust me, I am definitely not a pick me. I say my opinion.
Me, I wouldn't be here. That's what I'm
exactly. Saying. Oh my gosh.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. I want to ask you guys, have you ever seen the movie Jackie Brown?
Jackie Brown? No, what's that about?
No, what is
Pam
that?
Grier.
No.
Do you guys know who Pam Grier is?
No,
Foxy Brown. Wait.
Yeah, it's Jackie Brown. But
I'm about to get my black carpet burnt. I'm gonna close my mouth.
No. Michael Keaton was in it, and Pam Grier.
Oh, Michael Keaton was in it. Interesting.
Yeah, I swear to God, Garcelle.
Well, what was it about?
Oh, it was freaking amazing. You have to watch it someday, you guys. It's my all-time.
It was freaking amazing.
All-time favorite movies.
Adam, you gotta stop.
You guys like Quentin Tarantino movies?
Yeah.
Okay. I believe he made that one too. It's like a Pulp Fiction. Do you like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So Jackie Brown is such a great movie, and Pam Grier's in it, but I swear to God, Garcelle should be in that movie. She is so like badass, like that character. You guys have to watch it someday. It's just, she's like the main character who rips off Bridget Fonda's in the movie. It's a Quentin Tarantino movie. It's really amazing. But I always think of Garcelle in that character. She is so freaking awesome. She like comes in, steals the show. Like, Jackie Brown is about this flight attendant who like kind of like gets some money from I don't know, somewhere. Anyway, it's just like an amazing Quentin Tarantino movie. You have to watch it. I can't really nutshell it for you guys, but I just wondered if any of you had seen it. But Garcelle to me is the Jackie Brown Pam Grier character, and I've always loved her on the show. However, you know, she's had some opposition here and there, but I think she's a stellar human. I love her.
But the thing about like Garcelle and Dorit though is that we all picked up on like there's this weird vibe with Dorit.
Yeah.
Where like some of the stuff we could pinpoint comments, but it's also like an energy that she gives off toward Garcelle. So if we're the audience picking up in the limited clips that we see, imagine how it actually is in real life. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
Do you mean
something
like
weird with that.
when the
I don't
cameras aren't
understand it.
there, God knows what happens? type of
Yeah,
thing?
like whatever clips they don't use / behind the scenes,
And also what it
I don't
feels
get
like
it.
to be the person receiving it. Like if we're watching it and feel uncomfortable, how does it feel for Garcelle to be the one receiving it? And not to blame Lisa Rinna for everything, but I will. I really think I'm serious. I really think
I'm like, let's just do it anyway.
let's do it anyway.
Yeah.
I do think the biggest reason that Dorit and Garcelle don't get along is because of Lisa Rinna. Because Lisa Rinna got into all those girls' ears and poisoned them against Garcelle. She did the same exact thing to Erika. And now you see Lisa Rinna not there. You see Erika opening up, being friends with Garcelle, being friends with Sutton, and she's almost like surprised at how like nice and kind and funny and cool they are.
She's like, wait, I'm not supposed to like you.
It's exactly. It's like, oh, wait a minute. You're supposed to like not be this cool, and you're supposed to be this because you have someone in your ear bad mouthing all the time. And everything Dorit says sounds to me like everything Lisa Rinna told her. Like, oh, you know, Garcelle like just doesn't like you, and blah 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 blah. And now Dorit's like, do you like me, Garcelle? Do you just not like me? And blah 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 blah.
And Garcelle's like, I'm about to
don't
not
like
to
you,
not
Dorit.
like you. So
you
if
can
you want
just
that.
see like the tentacles and like the manipulation. And even with Annemarie and the Carlos King, all of a sudden she's like going against Garcelle, and Garcelle, no one could go against her because Garcelle's black and she doesn't like me because I'm the one who can like go against her. And Lisa Rinna lies all the time and all. And it was just like, what?
It makes
Where
no
did
sense.
this new version of you come from? Because 2 seconds ago you were on Heather McDonald saying how nice and kind Garcelle was
And minding your P's and Q's,
minding your P's and Q's, and now all of a sudden you're attacking Crystal, you're attacking Garcelle, who did nothing to you, and Garcelle.
Yeah, and she came out to something as well.
And then she's defending Dorit. This one, Dorit had my back. It's like even Dorit looked at her at the reunion, like, girl.
She's like, did I?
And they were all like, okay, anyway. So back to the real juice of the story. Like it was ridiculous.
Oh, hey, you guys, do you, I wanted to ask if anyone, well, Candy, you had mentioned about Vanderpump Villa, so I watched it today, and I am blown away at how lovely it is. I just couldn't believe, like, that is TV worth watching.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love everything about the aesthetics. I love, that's my whole thing is I love to be served in a beautiful restaurant.
Yeah.
With and I love the decor and just everything. I actually love restaurants. In fact, I cried when one of my favorite restaurants locally, it's a family owned beautiful restaurant that recently, put their restaurant up for sale, and I cried because it's more like a UK restaurant. It's more like an Irish family owned restaurant. Yes. There's not too many of those out here, Adam, like the family owned restaurants. It's more, like the commercial.
Not UK food, but UK style of restaurants, you mean?
Well, like the family.
Oh boy.
Because we all know UK food.
I mean, it's
UK
quality.
food is really good now, right?
It's
Adam?
really
Isn't
good.
it
Yeah,
better?
exactly. You tell them, Kimberly.
It's way better.
Okay. Let's not get carried away.
It's quite good. And anyway, but the thing is, like, restaurants are a part of like fabric to me.
They are.
Of a culture and society. Anyway, but this Vanderpump Villa thing, it is, it embodies that, and that's what I love about Lisa. I don't know, Candy, if you want to get into it or not, but I just adore. That's why I love Lisa Vanderpump. She's showcasing herself.
Me too.
Here, and her personality.
Did you just watch the first episode? Or
Yeah.
have you seen?
I think I'm on the first one going into the second, Adam, and I just adored it. I'm so happy with with it with regards to how Lisa's a mother to the people. I just love her, everything about her. It makes me just adore her so much more.
Yeah, it's really good.
I need to watch episodes
and
4 and 5
and
tonight.
there will definitely be a
wait.
season 2, you guys. I'll give you the scoop.
And there's also a reunion, which is really good. The fact that Vanderpump Villa is getting a reunion says it all.
Yeah.
Wow.
I swear to God, though, they can't have the person who should get fired from NBC as the host. He can't be the host.
No, I don't think Andy will do it because it's also for like ABC, Hulu.
Yeah, so which would be interesting because it's got the same production company that Ryan Seacrest uses for because
Kardashians, you were saying, right?
but it's called Murray
Murray.
Yeah, that's
they do a lot. They did a lot of like MTV, like MTV World, all that stuff. Like they've been around for a very, very long time.
Wait, what's VH1 again?
It says Lisa's the executive producer, though, in the credits.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, of course. Yeah, it's her show. Of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I mean, the show wouldn't exist if she wasn't the EP. Like, she would sue for like
yeah. What Adam was saying was that he doesn't want Andy Cohen to host, is what he was saying.
Oh, makes sense. Oh, yeah.
That's what he was
100%.
saying.
Yeah. 100%.
I mean, you would have to.
I don't think you would.
You would have to pay me
for
him to be in my presence. So yeah.
No way.
What was that, Adam? What?
I said you would have to pay me for him to be anywhere near my presence. Like if he's at the same airport as me, I'll be at a different terminal. That's all.
Oh, I love it. That's how strongly you feel.
I know. Cool. I feel like Andy has some bigger fish to fry. I think, yeah.
Who do you think would be a good host? Like, obviously, you and myself, Candy, would be good hosts, but who else would be a good host?
Other than us, I would say. I honestly don't know. I would have to get more into watching different type of shows to see who's a good host talent, because I want it to be someone who actually has studied the art of hosting, because that's a skill. To be a host is a skill set. Andy Cohen doesn't have it. So I need to get more abreast on like who are like the current hosts and up and coming people, because I don't know who would be good, but definitely not Andy. Someone who is, one thing about being a good host is being impartial, and also what Andy lacks is having like grace under pressure, like being able to like maneuver different conversations and getting people to talk one at a time without you yourself getting frustrated. Because once you get frustrated and angry, you lose all power. And the host should have the most power than everybody, because they're the ones that should be controlling the narrative, controlling the story, controlling the flow. Not obviously what they're saying, but like having the flow to it,
Guys, what about Lisa?
And on the platter.
The guide, exactly.
No, not Lisa. Absolutely not.
No, it shouldn't be Lisa, because
it would be like
involved.
It's going to be like how it is with Pump Rules, how Lisa and that annoying guy is in the middle, and you have all the
staff around them.
The mature staff around them, yes.
Mature.
Not mature.
Yeah.
I love saying it like that because it's so ridiculous.
Mature.
But people that say it like that. It's so fun. They're like mature.
But
yeah, it's hard. It's a hard one.
I'm about to later I'll watch episodes 4 and 5. But this is really good.
I really like the villa.
Yeah, I love it.
It's good.
The cast is pretty good too.
Digest says it all.
What?
The villa got its own YouTube episode and article, and an article was published on it on Architect Digest magazine.
Oh, wow!
Because they don't play. They know when they see something decent, they can't mess with it.
I wish they would have had this on Bravo. I think this would have been
I'm glad it's not.
On Bravo.
I'm glad it's not, because you know what this means now. Now that she's got a show on both NBC parent company and a Walt Disney company network, it means that the people at Bravo need to get their heads
out of their butts
fixed up.
They need to step it up.
They really do need to step it up. I mean, but it just goes to show that, you know, she is a force not to be messed with, and if people want to mess with her, then they have another thing coming. I mean,
Yeah.
like some, I mean,
I mean, let's not pretend like she's holier than thou, though. Like,
no,
clearly,
she's not. But my point being
No,
is that
she's amazing, though.
the NBC
she's
didn't like put
I wouldn't say
any.
amazing. That's a strong
I
word.
love Lisa. I think she's got such personality.
I like her.
I
She's
think
done a
all
lot
through
of
her
bad things,
restaurants.
too much to be called amazing for me.
No, she really is. I've been to a few of her restaurants, and when I lived in California, and she is something. She's special for real. She really is.
Well, I wish she would have paid some of her restaurant employees during the pandemic. That would have been great if she was so special.
I don't know anything about that.
But I mean,
I'm sorry about that.
unfortunately, I was too young to go to any of her restaurants that she had in London before she closed them.
When did she have those? I don't. Were you even born, Adam?
I like her personality
she
much.
had her stepson.
How long has she been in the U.S.? I thought it was like 20 years.
Since 2004. So I was like, I don't know, but her.
You're
her
like, I don't know.
her stepson and Ken and Lisa used to own like two big pubs in the Soho, Chelsea area. Natasha, you know it, and yeah, they were kind of known for grandness and nightclubs and all this stuff, because there was a restaurant and then it had a triplex nightclub above it.
The cuisine was good when I ate at her restaurants. I've had meals at two of them.
I heard it was just like a little bit elevated Applebee's.
No,
Natasha's trolling.
No, God, no.
She was trolling with that one.
Natasha.
I heard it's nothing special.
No.
I heard this is. There's nothing. There's no farm raised. There's nothing. They just order the same quality food that everyone orders. I forget that one company.
So I've had rack of lamb at one of them. I think it was Sir. And it was delicious. However, I'll tell you this. It was a Thursday night and it was so loud. They had we were there after a David Bowie
oh, lovely. David Bowie's really good.
Yeah, there was a David Bowie expose photographs and such in Hollywood. So I dragged my kid, being the single mother. So I dragged my son with me, and then we went to Sir. I think it was Sir afterwards. And anyway, and so we had. I had rack of lamb, which I love, and it was delicious. But yet, the unfortunate problem with the restaurant was West Hollywood, in that neighborhood, and her restaurant. They didn't separate like fine dining from like the club culture. So they should have so it was really loud and they were playing like, really loud Drake, Rihanna, stuff like that. Right. And some of the language was like opposed to when you're eating. Like, I'm not going to say the words. Okay. But you don't want to hear like that kind of music when you're eating. So you want to separate the dining from the club culture. And they didn't do that. And funny thing, guys, is I met Brittany's mother and sister.
Really?
On that night.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And Brittany hadn't yet even been on the show. Like, so I didn't know who she was, but it's funny. My son and I were sitting next to the mom and the sister, and we were chatting it up.
I guess as it's in West Hollywood, kind of it's that loud ambience. I mean, if you wanted a quieter place, I guess the Villa Blanca would have been the place to go.
Yeah, of course, but I don't think it was open.
But that probably was like double the price because, I mean,
no, I've been to Villa Blanca, Adam. I've been there for lunch.
Oh wow!
And that was good. But no, it was like evening, and what was going on is like, I don't know. It was like evening, and I think Villa Blanca was, I don't know if it was even open. So I went to SOAR with my son. I wanted to experience it, but they just need to separate, the loudness. It was Lisa's, what was it? Her brother was the DJ, unfortunately. And I don't know. It
Oh,
wasn't
the
his
one that
fault.
passed away?
Yeah. It
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
his,
so his son is
wasn't
going to
his
be
fault.
made in Chelsea.
What?
His son is going to be
Oh,
made in
that's
Chelsea.
his son?
Oh.
Yeah, Sam.
Yes,
Sam.
yeah, that's
Well,
Sam
it wasn't
Vanderpump.
his fault at all. It's not his fault. So anyway, the problem was they just didn't separate the dining culture from the club culture. So like
yes.
people that want to have a Beverly Hills meal, don't really want to hear club music while they're eating. Maybe I'm older, guys. So that could be me, you know.
Age is
It
just a
could be
number.
my
Don't worry.
No, I
problem.
know what you mean. When you're trying to eat and it's like raging like Rihanna, it's like sometimes a little too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, Drake, Rihanna, whatever that was. I mean, God bless. That's cool for, dancing, but not for rack of lamb
And
meal.
and I hate when I can't even hear like someone talking.
Yeah. Yeah. It
Well,
was, and the ambiance, it was okay. I don't know. I
now,
wasn't that
now you've
thrilled.
been
I
talking
liked
about
Villa Blanca better, maybe.
what did you order at Villa Blanca?
I had like a salmon meal
Oh,
over there.
lovely.
It was lunch. And the funny thing too was the interesting thing, I'm not I'm not a celebrity of any sort, but do you remember like on gosh, one of those shows, the real estate shows, the one of the
Million dollar
guys
listing?
who what?
Million dollar listing?
Yeah. Yeah, the grandmother or the grandmother who wore the fur coats all the time.
Oh
She was
yeah.
there.
Edith Flagg, is that
Edith,
it?
yeah,
Yeah.
she was there when I was there, and they were speaking to me about that. And she wore that fur coat even in the hot weather, and all the time. And she was there when I was there.
Oh
It's
wow, that's pretty
interesting.
cool.
Yeah, it's
Well,
cool. Like Hollywood is interesting.
speaking about food, now that you brought it up, I I'm just curious to know, all four of you, what is your, if you could only have one meal for the rest of your life, what would that be?
Ooh, ooh, that's a good one, Adam.
I'm so curious.
Well,
Yikes!
you're obsessed with
Like you
these
mean
kind of
your last
questions.
What?
meal, right? Is that what you mean? Your last
Why?
Like,
meal,
Why are
your
you
go-to, because
Not
when we
your
talk
last
about
meal,
food,
your only meal.
your
yeah,
only meal.
or your go-to, like, what is your favorite thing to eat?
I can't
For,
tell you because
for me, it would be crab. I love crab meat.
Maryland
And I
crab.
love lobster too, but crab meat's way more easy to
Ooh.
eat.
I hate lobster. It's too chewy and thick. It freaks me out.
Oh, crab meat is
I
so good.
technically hate crab. I like crab freaks me out, but I grew up on it, so I can kind of eat it because I'm from Maryland. But other than that, I would be freaked out by it as well
No, I love it.
because the big
Yep.
bug.
I can eat it I eat it so fast, like I'm a vulture on crab.
Joe W says fettuccine alfredo with meatballs. Yummy, yummy.
Nice one.
Miss T
What-
says Adam always wants people to pick one.
All the time. That's all he wants to
And
do.
Miss T says seafood. Yummy, yummy. Mine
I'll
would
pick
be
pizza.
Ooh, Tay Tay says pizza.
Oh, nice, nice.
That is yummy. Mine
What
would be I'm really savory, so mine would be almost like, what is it called? Almost like a shepherd's pie type deal. I would
Ooh.
do like mashed potatoes and gravy and sweet peas and either
Yum.
fried chicken or like some type of like seasoned ground beef with gravy with it.
Yum.
And maybe like some
Mm.
corn on the side. Oh,
Good
and we
one.
can add some like Gouda or parm, maybe some Parmesan cheese.
Goat cheese.
Yum.
Mix
I
that in
love
the taters.
goat cheese meat. The goat cheese balls at
Yeah,
Pump, delicious. Or was it at Sir? Whatever it was.
sir.
Or sir. No, that's a sir.
The goat cheese meatballs or the goat cheese balls, amazing.
Nice.
I feel like
Joseph
I would choose some kind of like
Hi.
Asian something because I
Yes,
love
that comfort food.
I love a good like classic good, but it has to be good pad thai. I love a good one.
Yeah.
Like I just
Ooh.
love like Asian food or like
Same.
even like pho. I love pho. Like I could live off that.
Yeah.
Oh, pho. Oh, pho.
Pho. I think they call
Yeah,
it
pho.
pho.
Pho. But I was
But,
but us Americans will just go with
but,
pho because that's just what we do.
I know, right? What about you,
but
Adam?
for me, it would probably be.
I'm just waiting.
It's a tough one, but
It
probably
better not have mashy peas or anything gross.
No, it'd probably be prawn tempura with some
Ooh.
nigiri, sashimi and
Yeah.
maki rolls.
Oh yeah,
That sounds really
amazing.
good.
Okay,
Because
Adam. A little
Now I might be a little
Japanese.
hungry right
Yes.
now.
I'm getting
Such a
hungry.
caveman.
Yummy,
because
yummy.
because I don't know. Every time I have sushi or Japanese food, I'm on cloud 9.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not,
me too.
I'm not.
That's
on
what I
Earth.
mean. Like
I'm
Asian
not
food
on
just
Earth.
hits. Like
It does. It does. You're not on
Absolutely.
Earth. It actually does hit you. That's how said it.
The wasabi and the soy.
I mean,
Mhm.
I love
That's
Vietnamese and
good.
Thai. Like that's what like gets me every time.
Yeah.
it-
I want me
But
some
my
rice.
last
I want
meal
me
would
some
be
meat.
like crab all day long. I could devour crab every day.
what,
Yummy.
what,
I'm a nut for crab.
what, crab is good, but I prefer lobster. But crab is easier to eat.
Oh yeah.
I'll say
What would
that.
yours be,
No,
Tay Tay? Did you say it already?
Yeah, I said
absolutely.
pizza.
Pizza.
Lobster
Oh,
is very
what kind of
good.
pizza?
What
What
are you putting on your
toppings?
pizza?
Oh yeah, I put pepperoni. I put some meat on it,
Oh, where are you
and then
from?
on the
Where are
side.
you from?
Oh,
Did like the pizza?
And do
Where?
you like thin crust or thick or like yeah? What region of pizza were we doing? New York,
yeah. I
Chicago?
do. I like the thick crust, but I also go with the thin crust as well. So thick crust to me is the best.
Mm.
See, I like a
Yeah.
classic New York, a little crispy.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
I
Love
I
it.
I grew up in Chicago, so Pizzeria Due and Uno, they had this really thick crust that with a cornmeal crust.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
My
you have that
gosh.
deep dish stuff,
Yeah,
right?
deep dish. It has like a nice cornmeal crust, but like fluffy above that, and then a lot of sauce, and then some really good sausage and pepperoni. Oh man, a lot of tomatoey sauce.
I mean, if the pizza's in Chicago or anything like it was in the Home Alone movie, then that would be my take as well.
No, look
I
up
don't
Chicago
know. I
deep
haven't,
dish. It's different. It's a different style of pizza.
but Home
Chicago.
Alone, Home Alone was Chicago, I
Oh,
guess.
what?
Yeah, northern suburbs, right?
Oh, I always forget
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
I'd have to revisit that movie, but
W-
Chicago pizza is absolutely spectacular in my opinion. I
It.
freaking love it.
Yeah. The Home
I
Alone was
never
in
tried it.
Home
Me
Alone was in
neither.
Great.
Chicago. It was like just I don't know the equivalent apparently of like 10 miles north of downtown Chicago.
Mhm. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Mhm.
But
Along the
but
coast, along the
but
lake.
but in terms of Vanderpump Villa, I mean, Candy really she when she told me that she'd been watched all the episodes, I was like, okay, there's no there's no way someone will do that and make it to episode 5, like but with this I am when we do the whole recap on this when I send you my iCal and you send me yours.
It's a deal. It's
He's
a
like,
deal,
my
boss
people will get
man.
in touch with your people. And I'm like,
It's a
okay.
deal, boss man.
I can't wait because like
Yeah, deep dish is like a literal pie.
but
Oh, it's so good.
but with
Yes.
I can't.
I love it when you do that.
I would you say just one question? I know we're going to do a deep dive on the whole thing, but I've got one tough question for you.
Yes.
If you were forced to work with either
Mhm.
Ali or the Hannah girl from Vanderpump Villa, what would you pick?
Or Hannah? Did you say Hannah?
Yeah, the psycho girl from Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah, she's a jerk.
If I had to work with Hannah or Allie,
Yeah, who would be worse?
I would work with Hannah because I could handle that. I could put her in check in like 2 seconds. Like, Hannah, please. She's just like,
She
come on.
crazy.
I could put that girl in check and point to, it'd be fine. Allie, on the other hand, I don't want to deal with her sorcery and her connivingness and her weirdness
Right?
and looking over my shoulder. Like, no, Hannah to me is harmless. She's just kind of a girl who's kind of like lost and just really just needs to like find herself, work on her self-esteem, get that self-love going, you know, work through whatever she has, and she'll be fine. Hannah's harmless. She's just a hot mess. Whereas Allie is a little bit more manipulative, diabolical, working with some weird spirit juju stuff. I don't want that around me.
Like she has a
I
fake
would-
smile on her face, and meanwhile she has like
And the
a
whole
cauldron that
time-
she's
Oh,
like
not the-
stirring.
Yeah, when
Not
she's
the
like,
fact of saying the fake
I
smile.
need
Oh my God.
the day and the time and the state and the born under what star, moon, starred, and blah.
And I'm
I'm
like,
like,
actually, I
yeah,
don't want you
this
knowing
dude-
anything about me, you
Miss me
weirdo.
with this juju stuff. Like,
I
no,
still can't
no.
believe what Ali said in the last episode. She said the way I assess a guy is their high school GPA and their star sign.
High
Like,
school GPA. I really.
Miss T
Oh,
is right.
guys, how about
He's in charge. He is. He's the boss man.
how about guys? How about how Allie like shriveled up and coiled up into like a cold, like brittle, like almost crumbled
Don't let-
into a
not Natasha saying, "Don't let Adam see this
See this
comment."
comment?
We know how you get carried away. I was just concerned.
But what time would you be? What time does your VPN get the Made in Chelsea your way, Candy?
I'm able to watch it. I don't even know. Like,
Because
I
they
just
come out
realized it was
Mondays.
back, so I just went back into it. I've already watched the first 2 episodes,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, because they released episode 1 on Monday and they did a special on Tuesday. But
I've
there's
watched
a new episode
those
every
too.
There's a new episode every Monday. So like, would you be able to get it on
Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Almost like a peacock, like you get it the next day.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Because that is
You know what's
juicy.
funny? Back in the day when
anytime
like
you want to talk about Made in Chelsea, like, let me know. I have so many thoughts.
But you know what's funny, guys? Back in the day, 10 years ago, when
Mm-hmm.
Hulu first came out, and I'm pretty sure it might have been free back then. Not sure, can't remember. That's when I first discovered Made in Chelsea and Towie or whatever it's called.
Towie.
No, Made in Chelsea is on Netflix.
What?
Yeah, that's where I saw a bunch of it. It was
I thought it was on Hulu.
It was either on, maybe it's Hulu I'm thinking of.
Because that's what I saw it on Hulu.
Maybe it's Hulu.
Yeah, I think it would have been Hulu. I doubt it would have been because
maybe
yeah,
it's Hulu I'm thinking of.
Made in Chelsea USA streaming. What does it say? It says you need a VPN. Okay, that's not. Okay, it's on Netflix now.
It is on Netflix. See, I will never doubt myself ever again.
I just doubt you. I'm just saying it used
Yes,
to be.
it is on Netflix. Yes,
That's
at least
crazy.
it was.
Well,
It
I don't
used
know.
to be.
I
I
clicked
think
the link.
maybe they took it down, but it used to be.
I clicked the link and it does. It says error page, but so it used.
Yeah.
To, definitely, it had a link. That's
It used to be. It used to
because
be.
the interwebs it's left a link. Oh,
Ooh,
Kimberly
I
disappeared.
found a cyber news link. It says how to watch Made in Chelsea in the USA in 2024.
2024. Yeah, we're on the same article. Okay.
Love it.
Uh,
Anyway, I'm obsessed.
But as I mean,
Yes, my love.
I know how you feel because you feel the same mutual way as I do, but I'll be intrigued to see what Natasha's perspective is on Basic Steve, aka Temps.
Oh, Temps. Ugh. You know who I have a crush on?
Oh,
No, Tristan.
Yeah, obviously.
On who?
Tristan and James. They're more my type.
from what show?
They could get it. Made in Chelsea.
Let me look.
Yeah, Tristan and James are more my type.
I mean, aside from
what season is it? 37.
25.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, 27.
I was joking when I said 37, but 27 is outrageous.
I think it's season 27.
It's 27.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
27. Yeah.
You see, Candy's a psychic. Like, she's got some hidden powers. So,
I think I do too. I was on a no, I'm serious. I was on a rabbit hole on TikTok about something called like chosen people. I don't want to show you guys my true like nano stuff. But like I was like, am I a chosen person?
No, I saw that too, and I thought the same thing.
Exactly.
I was like, am I?
I was like, am I a chosen person?
Because they were linking some of it to the Bible and stuff,
Yes,
and I was like, am I?
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, wait, this feels wrong. And
Me too. I was like, wait a minute. Let me pray about this.
Right? I was like, wait, what am I
a
doing?
chosen one?
But the wannabe Jacob Elordi needs to go. He is just you know the Hugo guy.
Oh, the one from okay,
Australia.
Wait, who did you say? Tristan Phillips and who else?
No, Tristan and James.
Yeah, Tristan Phipps and James Taylor.
Yeah,
the one who's married to the French girl of low self-esteem.
To Maeva, who they're gonna divorce, and I would say I give them 3 to 5 years, and they'll be done.
That's you being kind, saying 5
I'll be
years.
exactly. I'll be a second wife. I'll be a second wife.
That's being kind.
It is. I know. I'm being very generous. I only said 5 because they have
I'm so angry. I'm so angry that Liv quit. So I'm so angry.
You know
I'm
who he
not
looks
angry.
like.
I'm not.
You know
I'm
who
not
his vibe, Tristan's vibe is?
I miss
that
Liv.
other guy you're obsessed with, Candy?
What other guy am I obsessed with?
Oh, gee, I wonder.
Oh, you mean my husband?
Yes.
Oh
he looks like he could be his cousin. Are you serious?
Well, maybe I have a type.
What's his name? It's speaking of Tay-Tay. Not you, Tay-Tay, but like Taylor. What's
Taylor
Swifty?
Swift. Her
ex. Candy is that's her future ex-husband. And
no, don't say ex.
I mean,
are you interested in her future? Oh, you're wishing bad.
I caught the shade.
No, I didn't shade because I said you're better than him because I told you he's into weird stuff too.
No,
so
I don't stop. Let me can I have something?
She goes, can I have one thing?
Like, can I have something? Tasha,
yes,
like, please.
Yes, you can.
Like, just let me keep the veil on him, okay?
Okay.
What about Tom Hiddleston? Didn't you say something about him?
Yes. So
yes, that's
Tristan
my husband.
Phipps dude looks like it could be
For
Tom
real?
Hiddleston's cousin. They have similar vibes.
I am married to him. That is my husband.
She goes, I am married.
Candy, have you seen that movie
We married
called
in the church.
Only Lovers Left Alive with Tom Hiddleston?
Wait, what is it called?
It's called Only Lovers Left Alive.
No.
Oh, it's a freaking amazing movie.
Only
it's like
lovers
a
left. Only lovers left. Well,
Only
that's what
Lovers
Now I'm
Left
looking at
Alive.
James Taylor.
It's with Tom Hiddleston and gosh, I forgot the girl's name, the lady's name, but it's like a vampire movie. Obviously, they're both with their English accents, the female and male, but him and the gal, and I forgot her name.
I don't know about James Taylor.
Something Swinton. Anyway,
Hilda
Swinton.
Oh, she's scary looking.
Candy,
she always freaked me out.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie if you like music. It has really good music, and it's interesting, and it actually features Detroit as like an apocalyptic time frame, and it's really weird. It's really kind of Quentin Tarantino in a way, in my opinion. Oh, I love it. But
I'll check it out. If my
so
husband's in it, I will enjoy it. So.
Oh, your husband? Yeah. Oh, that's so cute.
That's my husband.
I love that movie.
I love him. Like, he's so cute.
Yeah, he is.
But
he's great in that movie.
He's so hot.
He's got long hair in that movie. So cute.
Even better.
Even better.
I gotta relax. No, he's not my real husband. He is.
She goes, I gotta relax.
I do. No, because he's in a happy relationship, expecting a second child, I think. So yeah. So in reality, I'm happy for him. In my fantasy, he's mine.
The music in that movie is really spectacular.
Yeah.
Really good.
But the wannabe Jacob Elordi needs to go.
I agree. In his voice, he goes like, "Hey, like, what's going?" Like, I can't even
I
do
can't
it.
stand
It's so
Jacob Elordi.
like a Neanderthal.
His head looks way too tiny for his tall body.
And doesn't he like abuse women allegedly?
I heard he cheats on everything.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen this thing called Euphoria?
Mm-mm.
It's a show made by.
She's like never heard of it.
I haven't.
It's a show made by Zendaya, and
it's not made by her.
She's in it.
She's just in it.
She's
Yeah.
an EP. She's an EP, isn't she?
I don't
Is she
think so.
now?
But she didn't. Yeah,
I don't think she made it though.
Yeah, okay. But that's it, but yes.
He always like spins it.
No, that's because Adam has a crush on her.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did see something new coming out with her, and it looks really, really kind of neat. I
got to meet her when I was 12. She was nice.
You got to meet her when you were 12.
Wow.
Hey, I got to speak with Robert
bye,
Plant.
Tay. Bye, sweetheart.
Bye, Tay.
But it, yeah. How much does a VPN cost your way to like watch Made in Chelsea?
I'm not putting my business on blast like that, Adam. You gotta come up with better
you're out of
public
control.
questions. You're out of control right now.
Because like to me, I want to get more of my American friends to watch it because they were
Adam, DM me, homie.
Adam's like, what's your address so I can find out?
Kitchen table talk, okay? Kitchen table talk versus
What did he
online talk,
say? I
Adam.
missed it.
Like he's like,
Okay.
so what's your
Missed it.
mother's maiden name and
What's your social
address?
security number?
Holy sheesh.
DM me, Adam.
We're like,
Wow.
what?
But
She's like, if you could choose one, would it be your social security number or your
What
mother's
is your
maiden name?
name? What was your name of your first pet? What city were you born in?
Yeah, like if you could just choose one, you know?
Only one.
Oh my goodness.
But
No.
I'm looking forward to Lisa Vanderpump's nephew, and I
Me
want
too.
to see Ruby being put on blast. I want to
I
see.
can't stand Ruby, and I'm happy Liv left. I know you like her, but like she was too bitter. She was a very bitter Betty, and like she was just a hater.
Nah, she was a realist.
Oh no, she was not.
Yeah, she was. She was the FGP.
She wasn't. Are you kidding me? No.
In terms of the females, she was one of the key players. I mean, you have Emily who doesn't even know what she's saying half the time.
But those aren't mutually exclusive. You could be the key player and still be like Kyle's a key player on Beverly Hills. She's like the central person, but look at her. Like,
yeah, but she's not the MVP. Kyle's not the MVP. Liv was the MVP.
Neither was Liv.
I mean, okay, who's the MVP of Made in Chelsea?
It's more of an ensemble.
Guys, my microphone was turned off when you were talking about this, but I wanted to ask you, when you saw Allie like being asked by James about, the babies and the marriage and things, didn't she turn into like a cold pillar of salt? Like she literally recoiled and turned into a pillar of salt in front of our eyes?
Yeah, because she doesn't like James.
She doesn't seem like a good person.
She's leading him on.
Yeah, she's only there to make her Taylor
She's
Swift
100% leading him on.
Yeah.
She needs to go. James, you need to let her go, boo-boo. We're sorry. I know you don't want to start over, but like it's either now or later start over because it's not a matter of if, it's when.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of I hope she's only in the reunion for like 5 minutes at the most. Because unfortunately she's there.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I want to see Ruby get exposed, and
me too. Ruby is insufferable.
She is insufferable. I mean,
I want justice for Inga.
Yeah, Inga, I feel bad for her.
I loved her. I can't stand Jazz or Yaz. I can't stand her. Ugh.
See, I actually know someone who knows her, and pretty much she's
a horrible human being.
She's known as a flake. She was known as a flake from the age of 15. So they're saying it's no surprise the way that she's kind of turned out.
Yeah, she's awful.
Yeah, because
and what's his face? Sam Prince is just going to as we've seen, just cheat on her and make a fool out of her because he doesn't really love her either.
I mean, also the problem with Yasmin is that the other thing that I don't like about her is that she doesn't have her own personality. Miles dictates her life, as does he do everyone else's life, including Sam Prince. Whilst you have someone like Tristan, who is a realist, who wouldn't let Miles ever dictate his life. Like, you know, Sam Prince and this Temps guy and Yasmin let Miles dictate their lives, and that unfortunately Yasmin is going to be on that show for a while.
Who knows? Oh, wow.
But in terms of Vanderpump Villa, when I watched these next 2 episodes, I can't wait to tell you that I tell everything because because I am hyped.
Good, you should be.
I mean, as long as he may not be the most gentleman behaved person, but as long as that Marciano guy is in the picture, there's drama every episode.
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Me too. I'm hungry now, you guys.
Me too.
Yes.
All right, love
likewise.
y'all.
All right, love you,
Bye-bye.
Natasha. Love you, Adam. Love you, Kimberly.
Much
Bye.
love. Speak soon. Bye.
Bye. As always, thank you so much to my wonderful Candy Cane. Shout out to Miss T for being my mod. Thank you so much for holding me down. Shout out to my beautiful panel. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Tay. Thank you, Bella. Thank you, Candy Cane Girl, for everybody who came up. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for holding me down. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to Foxy. Shout out to DGF627. Shout out to Lynn. Shout out to Alien 8, Lorette, and everybody else. If I missed you, I apologize. Just Jay, what is up? Thank you, everybody. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. That is a free way to support the channel. For other ways to support, check out the description box down below. Grab some merch as well. Tomorrow, we'll be doing Vanderpump Villa and The Valley, so be sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. As always, you guys, I love you. Take care of each other and yourself. All right. Bye.